Oh, good Lord.
Yo.
Hey, where you at?
I'm in bed. Why'd you wake me up?
What do you mean you're in bed? You said this is going to be the night we're going to wear our furs.
What?
Furs. I'm sitting here like a... Don't you remember that? We're going to wear our furs tonight.
Furs?
Yeah.
Like,
I got a fucking fur on, dude. I'm sitting here by myself with a fur on.
what kind of fur are you talking about? Like a...
You're the one that brought it up.
like a beaver?
It's at least nutria or something.
Yeah, well, it slipped my mind. I'm sorry.
Damn it, dude. Well, I'm sitting here, dude. It's so cold in this house. That's why I brought this up. I wanted to do it tonight.
Did Santa Claus bring you a fur for your birthday?
No. I've had this. Actually, I bought this fur for Finn, but I kind of stole it. When I put it on the first time, I was like, oh, I don't know anybody that can look better in this fur than me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What kind of fur is it?
It's some sort of
What's it made out of?
I'm pretty sure it's nutria.
What?
Nutria. It doesn't matter.
Nutrisystem?
No, it doesn't matter. But the reason I was interested in doing it is like is it not cold over there?
Is it cold where I am?
Yeah.
No, I'm in my bed.
Dude, it was so cold this morning when I woke up, I was hoping I was getting a fever. Like
It's not funny to joke about being sick.
No, it's not. I hoped I was getting a fucking fever just to fucking raise the temperature up. Then I came into the fucking kitchen.
There's people that are dealing with real sickness right now, and you're making jokes about
And
it.
I'm not making jokes about it. I wanted to raise that temperature. It's so bad that when I came in the kitchen this morning, I opened the refrigerator just to fucking try to raise the temperature in the living room.
I went to work to try to raise the temperature today.
In fact, when I got in there, I actually, when I took a shower was a whole nother bag of beans. And then I got dressed for work and I put on my fucking shoes and I was like, oh shit, there's a fucking, I got a rock in my shoe. It turned out it was a fucking toe.
What, did you lose a toe? I don't get it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're on the telephone?
Yeah, what are you doing to the phone?
What do you mean, what am I doing to the phone?
As long as it making noises.
I don't know. Why does your phone make noise?
Should just be sitting there, right?
It's sitting there now.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me do my intro.
All right.
Thanks everybody for hanging out with us here on Girl Man Record Night. It's been a big fun time tonight. Hanging out, playing some records by myself, locally, I might add. But still a big time, and this is a big show for us. We're going to bring this up here in just a little bit, but as you know, last year we have a theme and or a slogan that we adopt for every year. Let's see if we can all name them. First year was Get Aggressive. That's 2019. Very specifically, remember that. 2020 was, it's the one with the cat.
Please don't sue.
No. We had Commit to the Bit, Boogie with the Best. What was the one with the fucking cat? Content is King. That was the one with the cat.
I remember that.
And then Whatever It Takes. Was it Boogie with the Best and then Whatever It Takes? That's how many we've done it? Yeah. So we will be unveiling this year's slogan. Look, I think whatever it takes served us well, and it definitely fit the motif of the year, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm kind of ready to kind of walk away from that a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. So
it takes, because you streamed 300 and some days.
And I think I proved I've got whatever it takes, because it's now it's hot. That was kind of a bit. Now it's hot. Oh my god.
Is the heater on?
Huh?
Is the heater on?
Sure. But yeah, so we'll be unveiling that directly. Yeah, for sure. Want to send a special shout out to everybody that hung out with me and Jay on New Year's. Holy fucking shit, guys. What's up, Paul? New Year's was a blast. Over here, we did it live on the Twitch, and good Lord, had a lot of people watching, a lot of people slinging around those fucking stacks. Appreciate that. And then we drank some champagne, and I kept drinking after that, and yeah, stuff got weird. I don't remember the end of the night.
Me neither.
Hey, but you drove home, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, I remember that part, but
Where's
I don't
the
remember
bling?
when I actually went to sleep.
Yeah, I don't remember going to sleep. I made a bunch of food. I don't remember doing that. That's safe. Zonk just called me out on my bling, so. Hadn't seen Marvin a little bit. Hope Marvin's done all right.
Good.
But yeah, it was a fun New Year's Eve, and then came in on Wednesday this week. Thought I was going to do a Wednesday watch party, but then the kid kind of hit me up. It's like, yo, I'm going to come over and make you supper and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, you don't have to do all that. I was just come have a drink with me. And we came over here and got a little bit loose. But we still streamed. We jumped on. It was like 9:45 Eastern, and did a little stream over here. We just kind of chilled and listened to records and stuff. Jay was over here. That was a big time. That was a good birthday.
Exciting. That was the most exciting part of my week.
I'm sure. Not only that, Aaron Griffin hits me up and says, hey, something's going to be there in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay. The way he said, I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound like Amazon. And then the way he kind of phrased things, I was getting, and he said, oh, I got some midget strippers coming over there. And I was like, I know he was joking. I was
You were nervous.
I was 80% sure he was joking. I was 80% sure. What's up, Eric? Raw power, baby. And, but yeah, then this chick gets out of the car, and I'm like, she's a little tall for a midget and shit. And, she had a couple pieces of cheesecake. One of my favorite desserts. I still don't know where it was from, because it was, saying everything was plain wrapped. It was in discreet packaging. Very discreet packaging, which I appreciate. I don't like everybody to know my fucking business.
She made it herself.
Yeah, could have been just some chick in her kitchen, sure. But that was very sweet. And not only that, Aaron's got a box right here from Aaron tonight, and another box from another Aaron that I purchased. So we got some cool stuff to open for Dig It a Week. So stay tuned for that. A place in High Point called Uncle Cheesecake. Yeah, that's some bitch's kitchen, Aaron. 100%. It was really good. I've already killed both of them. They were very good. One of them was a chocolate, like a chocolate cheesecake, and another one was a, or like an Oreo, and one was like plain, but it had some sort of maybe meringue on top. You a meringue guy, Jay?
Sure.
Sure. But it was good as well. Then, lo and behold, later in the evening, when things got a little bit crazy, Shane starts typing all this fucking crazy shit in the chat. He's got a stripper coming over here or some shit like that. I'm like, wait a minute, what is happening? And what ended up happening was Shane sent over 2 double beef and cheddars from Arby's. Little Grubhub right to the fucking, bounced it right off the fucking dome piece.
That man's crazy.
2 double beef and cheddars, and they were like this thick. And it was it's the most delicious thing I've had in a long time. And I ate both of them. It's my birthday. Shut up. Shut up. It was so fucking good, dude, and I so regretted it the next day. But man, you should be regretting a couple of things on your birthday. I mean, let's be honest. If you wake up on your birthday and you're like, well, just another day, it's like, nah, then you did it wrong. How thick were they? Bam. Yeah. Thicker than a baby's dick? Is that what is that the saying? Longer than a...
I don't know. Can I say something?
Sure.
So I'm sitting here with television on, and Spinal Tap is on, the old Spinal Tap movie.
The old Spinal Tap, sure.
Not the newer one, the older one.
Correct.
Did anybody else realize that there were 3 bass players in that band?
Like always?
I don't know.
Like on the stage at a time?
All 3 guys played bass.
No, all 3 guys played bass?
I think so. I don't think I'm that delusional. It just came on. It was the first song.
Interesting.
Anyways, go ahead.
Sure. The Italian beef. Yeah, we got, where'd we get? We went to, me and Cameron went to an Italian beef joint up there. One of the places where you got to lean over the counter. Shit was good.
Ariel Montoya's?
Not that good. Oh, I used to sling that fucking Arby's car. I used to hook Carl the fuck up. Little skinny ass Carl was a big Montana guy. I think it was Al's. I think it went to Al's. Yep, it was Al's beef.
Carl can eat.
Yeah, Carl can eat. I kind of don't respect people that have little bird appetites.
I saw Carl eat a horse one time.
I saw Carl fuck a horse one time. Could have been the same night. He fucked him, then he ate him. He ate him, and then he fucked him. Wait a minute.
Then he went surfing.
How many record albums you think you bought this past year, Jay? Probably not many, right?
Not many, maybe a couple dozen, maybe.
I was way lighter on buying records this year than I have been in a really, really, really long time for multiple reasons. But I did say that this year, regardless, was going to be, or irregardless, if you're one of those, was going to be focused on the 7-inch and on cassette tapes. And I largely did that because when I thought about doing it, it's like, hey, I should do a vinyl tag or something. And all these questions about this you got in 2023 and that you got in 2023. And I'm like, I got like 2 new records in 2023. So
yeah.
I don't know that would work for me. Well, not necessarily new, but I still had a limited amount in general. It's not like I would have many to pick from to like choose like how to answer the question. It would have to be one of these 6 or whatever the fuck, you know. But anyway, I was wondering if you, moving forward, what do you see yourself doing this year, record-wise, Jade? Are you planning on buying many records this year, or are you still like content like not doing it? Jay? What?
I don't know, I may have to get into more 8-tracks this year.
I just pulled that graphic up, actually.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Because you did collect 8-tracks for a while.
Yeah, I want to get more 8-tracks this year.
How about you guys? What are you guys thinking about doing? Have you guys set collecting goals or motives or like whatever for this year? Are you doing anything specific for this year, like toward your collection? Inquiring minds want to know. There's the graphic.
What about you? What's your goal?
I think I'm going to stick more to what I was doing originally. I mean, a lot of that is still because I'm still haven't purged and I'm kind of out of space. But I've really been enjoying buying 7 inches. I think it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cost effective. And it kind of gives me that vibe of like when I first started collecting again. It's got a new little kind of thing to it. And I'm still out of space for LPs, so until I get rid of some shit, I mean, I can pick up the occasional LP, but I can't come back from the thrift store with like 10 full ass 12-inch records and like, hey, let's check these out. I kind of can't really do that at the moment, but yeah, Nate's goal is to purge a bunch. I mean, honestly, that's probably mine too. Is I should at least start with the baloney stack and stuff that I just don't. There's no, you know. I always use the example of Ed Ames. I'm never going to listen to an Ed Ames record. So I mean, there's.
Hey, oh come on.
Yeah, Saturday Night with Mr. C. You know, I'm never going to pull that out probably. It's been a heavy year for 45s for you, MT. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. That's kind of a neglected area. I don't hear many people talk about is like metal 45s. I know they're out there and it's a thing, but like I don't see a lot of the metal guys talking about 45s. Maybe it's just the channels I watch, but like that's the other thing. I haven't watched much VC in the past year. I'm trying to do better. I'm already trying to. It's been difficult, or just not difficult, but like I've not been. I don't know. I haven't had that fucking thirst, but it's coming back. It's coming back slowly and surely. I got my certain things I like to watch, but it's still, even that's still every now and then. I always judge it by Metal Theologian's videos. Like if I'm not watching, no disrespect to anybody else, but if I'm not watching Metal Theologian's videos, I'm probably not watching videos at the moment. And that's how I kind of wean myself back into getting into the groove of watching videos. I mean, I used to watch everybody all day long and like never got tired of it, and now I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm getting better, and it's gonna be a point of the new year to like try to get back a little more involved. I mean, I don't need to be Mr. VC guy, but like just, you know, interacting with people that I give a fuck about anyway. Fuck. What's up, skinny artist? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Yeah, so that's my collecting goals. I'm going to still continue to look at 7 inches and cassette tapes. That was a lot of fun. I still love pulling out the tapes. That's kind of a new thing. It also has that same kind of feel where I'm like, I know it feels new and fresh and different, and you can run into stuff. And like, I feel like my local shops with 7 inches, people don't actually go check them very often. And so there's a chance of running into stuff like that Mutants 45 I played last week, and Randy had just showed it on one of his streams and made me, I was like, oh, I just got that. And I mean, it was like $4. Like anybody in their right mind should have snatched that up, but nobody goes over there to look. Everybody's looking at the big boy records. I like him, little boy. Let's hold that phone right there. But I didn't pull a graphic for this. But man, you know, we lost Les McCann this week.
Oh, this was big time.
It was big time. And man, I don't really like doing this, like this guy died this week stuff much anymore. We used to do that all the time, but I don't know if anybody personified Grown Man Record Night more than Les McCann. I mean, it was everything. It's everything that Grown Man Record Night is Les McCann. And to me, not every Les McCann record, but it's one of those artists that if I was to think of this show as an outside observer, I would think of that artist. And he was 88. I think he had pneumonia. I mean, that's a good life. I ain't gonna fucking shit on it. We should all be so fucking lucky. You know what I mean? 88. You go past 88, that's all gravy. I saw an 18-wheeler this morning going to work. On the back of it had like airbrush on it, said it's all gravy. All right, I'll tip that.
Must be a big Biscuit fan.
A big Limp Biscuit fan?
Yeah.
I mean, who's not nowadays, Jay?
Gravy. I mean, you know.
I did it all for the gravy. The what? The gravy. But yeah, he played with a lot of guys back in the day, and notorious for working with Eddie Harris, and just one of the bigger innovators when it comes to like soul jazz stuff, which for a lot of like hardcore jazz collectors, you start talking soul jazz, a lot of people start turning their nose up to shit. And it's that's unfortunate because there's a lot of good stuff. And yeah, there are some times where he goes into slow jam city, and hell, he has whole records that are slow jam city, but it's just one of those artists that I just always fucking loved, and especially when I started collecting records. It was one of those like things where I used as a measuring post, and I was like, yeah, I want to buy more stuff like this. Like, what is this? Whatever that is, I want to buy more of that. Not the slow ones, but I want the fast ones on this record. I want 4 records of just that stuff. But yeah, I just always just been a big fan, and hate to lose him, but man, God bless him. What a fucking what a fucking life as a musician, and all this fucking. I said this with some of my musician friends have passed. Lots of people croak all the time, but musicians have a cool little trick, man, that when they die, they leave all this fucking dope music behind them that you can remember them by. And that's a lot better than a fucking photograph or a ticket stub or something like that. You've got this world of music left. You can listen to them and appreciate it. And, fucking amen.
Leave ice behind.
Huh?
If I die, I'll leave a bunch of ice behind.
A bunch of ice? I didn't know you. I thought you got off of ice.
No, like.
You still doing glass, Jay? Are you hooked on the glass?
I work on ice.
Oh, that kind of ice. I think we'd be a little bit disrespectful if we didn't do a. I don't actually even want a shot at the moment, but
With you.
we're doing a shot for Les McCann right now. And if you've ever done a shot with us, this is the time. If you're ever gonna do a shot with us, doing a shot for Les McCann would mean a lot. I'll just throw it out there. No pressure. I know some of you are recovering alcoholics. I don't care. Do a shot.
Yeah.
We'll fix it tomorrow.
It's worth it.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Stay the course. Stay the course, everybody. Stay that fucking course. Don't you
stay the corpse.
Don't you come on, Jay. You already disrespecting? I didn't know he was from somebody told me he was from North Carolina. Apparently he's from Kentucky.
Huh.
That hurt my feelings. I thought he was from Rocky Mount. No. It's Thelonious Monk that's from Rocky Mount. Pretty sure.
Hamlet.
Jay in a hotel. I think Hostel would be closer to the.
Thelonious Monk's from Hamlet.
No, that's Coltrane.
Oh, Coltrane's from High Point.
Coltrane was born in Hamlet, was raised in High Point, and then moved.
I think he's from Bennettsville.
He's not that's South Carolina. That's down Highway 38, and that is not where he's from.
Rockingham.
It's close to Rockingham.
Are these 220 jokes doing anything?
None of these. Nobody knows what any of this stuff is, Jay.
I'm going down 421 tomorrow morning.
Is that right?
Going through Sanford.
I'll be going through 420 this morning. I couldn't even cut to a closer shot because I'm already on a close shot. Should I make an even closer shot? Hold on.
Yeah, get as close as you can.
No, I shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't do anything. This is actually working at the moment. Not that we're anyway. All right, before we do that, before we go any further, I'll do this. One little piece of advice, a little piece of news. I read Rage Against the Machine is not going to tour anymore, like ever. They had to cancel the tour like back in like 2020 or some shit like that. No, 2022. He tore like Zach tore a Achilles or something like that. But I did see a little blurb that said like the band said they're never going to tour again. Which I saw him with Wu-Tang, and I was a huge Rage fan back in the day. I've also been on record as saying it's a band I don't care if I ever hear again as long as I live. What's up, Thumpfinger? How you doing, brother? I loved him so much, man, and I've been in like 4 bands that covered one of their songs. I don't think I ever want to hear him again, or at least not right now. No tour or record again? Is that right? I definitely saw the tour thing. will not be touring or playing live again.
Well, I mean, neither is Kiss, though, so...
Well, Kiss are a bunch of liars, though. I mean, I love them, but they're
Well, I mean,
they're a bunch of liars.
Machine.
We're doing this shot. Les McCann, I'm taking my cap off. I'm taking my cap off for this one. Les McCann. Holy shit. Rest in power. Cheers, everybody. Should we reveal the slogan? You guys want to see what the slogan's going to be for this year? I'm going to have to mute you, Jay. You want to hang out or you got to go?
I'm going to go put my kid to bed.
All right, well, you want to mute it or are you going to hang up?
I'm going to hang up. I may call back.
All right.
Okay.
Later.
Later.
So what we'll do, folks, is there's a possibility we may be bringing some people up. I'll bring some people up. There's also a 90% chance it ain't going to work. We'll have to get through it. But to that point, we do have a new slogan this year. We definitely have a new slogan. We're turning loose of whatever it takes. We're bringing in a new year with a new slogan and a new everything. I made up a little promo about it. Did you guys like to see the promo? Yes, Mike. We love everything you do. Sure. Here we go.
Are you my judge?
It's just, you should be punished. I'm going to chop off your arm. So are you ready?
Baby, 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 baby. Number one, razor sharp. Number one, razor sharp. That's our new shit all year long. It just feels right. Number one. Fuck, what's this fucking up? Why are you fucking up? Stop fucking up. Number one, razor sharp. And I had to try my best not to accidentally pull this out, but made some introductory graphics. Of course, we have the tag of what we just saw right here. Boom. That's our main graphic. Number one, razor sharp. Maybe we take it a little different direction. Oh, still. Number one, razor fucking sharp. Huh? Maybe we need a stinger. We do need a stinger. I like the McDonald's colors. Sure. Maybe one more just for fucking giggles. Just one more. Oh, baby. Number one, razor sharp. We'll get you. Number one. Do I have to go get the fucking ninja sword? Why is this not? Anyway, that's our new one. It's our new one. Ooh. Anybody like the VHS tapes? I'm a big VHS tape man. And this popped up. Actually, if you were over with us on Twitch tonight, we were. It was a lot of like weird, bad VHS tapes that we were playing underneath the tunes, which we do quite a lot over there. But tonight, as a point of mention, Consuelo, I focused on stuff from a channel called Lunch Meat. Now, Lunch Meat is a VHS magazine that's been around for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Pilmer knows the head Lunch Meat guy. I'm pretty sure that there's a connection there because we've talked about it before. Yeah, Lunch Meat is a fantastic VHS magazine. They post all kinds of crazy stuff on their YouTube page. And I was scrolling through Facebook, which I don't do much anymore. But this was coming out. I was like, that's an interesting tape. Filmage, the story of Descendants. And I've seen this before. The story of Descendants / All. And it's like they've reissued this on VHS coming out. It's like a pre-order coming out on 1/6 tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, folks, at 12 noon. I guess, or for the is it a pre-order or is it live? I can't tell. Every video cassette comes with a VHS scratch and sniff face label that smells like a cup of coffee. Really cool. So definitely check out Lunch Meat in general, because they post the coolest fucking. If you like the dumb fucking shit that we do over here, you'll like Lunch Meat. It's a great magazine, great publication, online presence, the socials, always a fucking funny and on point with shit. This is a reissue that came out today. I don't do reissues very much. I've noticed it was pretty slack today when it comes to like new and interesting stuff that came out, especially brand new records. And I've gotten away from like hyping reissues unless it's something that's been out of print for a little while. But this is a band, I really fucking love these guys. And there's some of the first several records are really good, and then they kind of drop off, but they've kind of come back here recently. This is actually the second record from Municipal Waste, Hazardous Mutation, and I just fucking love the vibe of these guys. If you grew up in about the era that I did, and like where you have some 80s in there, you've got some 90s in there, but like that whole like the thrashers, the metalheads with fucking the jean jackets and the high tops, and they capture this vibe so well. It's where it's like sort of punky, but like up tempo, like thrashcore shit. This is their second record, and the first time they were with on Earache Records, and it's a really, really great record, and just reminds me of like high school. Like, I wasn't even a drinker or smoker or anything in high school, but it reminds me of like metalhead parties in the 90s, like early to mid 90s, just metalheads getting drunk around a keg. Like, it reminds me of that. Fantastic stuff. And I really need to get with the program and pick some of their stuff up, especially The Art of Partying. I really want, and I'll stream that all the time. And it got reissued, and I passed on it a couple of times. It's one of those things I'm going to end up regretting. I'm going to end up fucking around and regretting it. But I think they're a great throwback especially for people around my age. It just feels like that time, 100%. Yeah, that's cool shit, man. That's cool shit, man. That's cool shit, man. I'll do this one first. Bullshit Detector. This is volume 1, Bullshit Detector. I didn't know shit about this. This is the name of a series of compilation LPs put together by the anarcho-punk band Crass, and they're released on their own label, Crass Labels. I think they're from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. 3 editions they released between 80 and 84, but it consists of demo tapes that other bands sent them, which I think is fucking awesome. Here's my only thing, and there's some of the sound quality. I mean, it's demo sound quality, of course, and refuse to clean anything up. I just kind of wish, if they did, who did this reissue? Is it Cleopatra? I can't remember. Crass is British? Are they really? But it's a bunch of it's a bunch of stuff like tapes that people sent them. My only wish is that they would have reissued it on cassette, because demo tapes kind of belong on cassette. Not gonna lie. Let me see what this was. Consisting of demo tapes, rough recordings, and artwork that had been sent to the band. The sound quality of the Bullshit Detector series was mixed and often very basic or poor. And Crass would master the tapes directly to the record without any additional production or enhancement. For Crass, the expectation of polished performance was missing the point of DIY punk ethic. But yeah, imagine if this was, I think this is a single LP. I don't know, I think. For like each volume, I think it's a single LP. Put this shit on fucking cassette, or at least give that as an option. I don't even think it was an option for this, which is odd to me. I think that'd be kind of dope. Let's see what else. Oh, this is the one I found today that I was really the hypest on. I posted this to the Discord as the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, you get that Friday afternoon Discord exclusive program preview. Dropped a little bit of that knowledge this afternoon on this band I just found. I guess they released a full album last year or some shit like that. Sand Rider, but this is a 7-inch that Alternative Tentacles just put out. Pacific Northwest band, considered like loud rock. I don't know what the fuck loud rock is. It's a trio, 2-song, 7-inch, came out January. Actually, I think it dropped today, or if not last week. But this shit fucking rips. It's just fucking good rock and roll. Like, I don't mean like it sounds like Chuck Berry, but it's got a lot of different elements of a lot of different things that are all good. It's all a big good, in my opinion. Maybe has some whores in there a little bit, maybe. But there's some good screaming parts, some good like actual singing stuff, tight ass riffs, some loose ass janky punky riffs. It's kind of got all of that, which was really impressive. And I was like, oh God, this is really good, man. So I really don't know fuck all about Sand Rider, but I'm going to be looking more into them. Definitely after checking this out, I want to know a lot more about this band. They really impressed me today. Kitty, who's meowing? This is a no meows on. If you guys notice, there's a lack of clickety clackety with the keyboard. Now you guys may like it. But I guess apparently on my birthday stream the other night, I may or may not have dumped a beer into my keyboard, my mechanical gaming keyboard. So now I'm on a membrane keyboard that came with my PC. It still says Skytech Gaming on it, but it's a membrane keyboard. No clickety clackety. So quiet. God damn it. You saw Jay do it? See? I like that. I 100% like that. Let's get in to a little bit of what we played. Oh, good stack tonight, folks. Good stack. I'm going to call it an excellent stack. It's a stack of all stacks. A unique stack. One that just fit tonight. Just right. I love it when things just... You know what? This stack felt like fucking January 5th, 2024. This stack felt like that. It's not a mail-it-in stack. It's a thoughtful stack. It's an appropriate stack. It's a good stack. Sure. Been wanting to play this for a couple of weeks as I slobber on myself, but I kept forgetting. This week I remembered. Steve Earle and the Dukes, Exit Zero, fantastic Americana, whatever you want to call this. I didn't get my readers. I'm probably going to need them. But MCA Records, 19. But yeah, really good record to start out with. It's kind of got some, some more up-tempo stuff for Americana. It's still moving and grooving without, it's not all like, sitting on the porch kind of shit. Just good groovy country-based, but vibey shit. My trapezoids will be sore tomorrow. As they should. Left this on the table from my birthday stream, I guess. I guess I pulled this out. And it was still up there, and I'm like, all right, bet. I'll play the other side. Not a problem. Mastodon, Once More Around the Sun. Love it. Probably my first or second favorite Mastodon record. I liked when they started getting a little more out there and doing some more proggy psychedelic stuff. I really enjoyed that. And I know a lot of people are like, no, it's the first record. Well, they just at you. I like that shit too, but I like when bands start evolving. Not every band evolves in the proper direction. Don't get me wrong. They're one of these bands. Elder is another one, like Mastodon, Elder, where you can still hear the core sound of the band that you fell in love with initially, right? You can still hear that in the next record, but they've learned how to do some other stuff. That's what it's all about. I mean, honestly, and I mean, like in my opinion, if you do it right and do it well, and I love to see them evolve. I mean, some of the later records, there's some that I like more than others, but I think that's a really, really fantastic one. Saw Mr. Trucked. I don't know if he's still with us. He may have died from carbon monoxide poisoning since the last time we've chatted. I don't know. I'm not Jesus Christ. But he posted something in the Discord earlier today. It was some Mantronics. I don't think it was from this record, but it made me think. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play some Mantronics tonight. So I pulled it out. Fantastic early electro hip hop stuff. Some of the just basis of everything that you know to be hip hop beats and sounds and fucking vibes right here on this Mantronic shit. And it's even got that the little sample for 2 turntables and a microphone. It's from this shit. Really cool. I don't remember the year of this, so I'll try. 1985. I think I read that. All right, Mike's getting his sight back. Probably not. That's okay. A record that I remember playing, I got on a whim, and I remember playing it on the very first Hydra Sessions I did, where I did it with the whole original Hydra Sessions gang, Mr. B and Randy and John. And I tried to, and for my set, I tried to pull out a couple of records that I thought everybody would enjoy, like a couple for Mr. B, a couple for Randy, and a couple for John, just to thank them for letting me come do the damn thing, And when I pulled out for Randy, it's a band I knew nothing about, Snake Out of Detroit, I believe. It's another like 85-ish. Yep, I was right, 85. And it's they're like kind of surfy rockabilly stuff out of Detroit, and this album is so fucking good and so funny, man. One of the things that like really sold me on this, like Scary Mary, Tango with the Dead, I Was a Teenage Goiter. That's the one. They have a song called I Was a Teenage Goiter, and I'm like, and you have just sold yourself a fucking record. But it was only $7. I asked the guy at the counter, I was like, you know shit about this? He was like, nah. He's like, I can put it on. I'm like, nah, that's all right. It's got a song called I Was a Teenage Goiter. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. Sure. A rarity that we do here on the program. Played 2 sides of a record back to back. Heavy. You guys know it to be, especially you classic record night guys, know this to be my favorite record of all time. Vinyl record. My favorite vinyl record of all time. Doesn't mean it's my favorite album or my favorite recording, but my favorite piece of wax to go up and drop a needle on, 100%. Les McCann's Live at Montreux. And I leave this big fucking honking sticker in here that some of you guys just cannot fucking stand. But it's the first time I ever spent more than $1 or $2 on a record. And the story was, I went and I saw that it was up on the wall, even at $10. And I looked at it, I'm like, man, that looks so fucking cool. I didn't know anything about it. It just looked so fucking cool. And I was feeling myself one day and I went back. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy that $10 record. Walked in there and it was gone. Fuck. I was like, see, dude, you should have got this. You should have got this so much earlier. Then I was popping through the regular stack and it was in there. And I bought it. And I've never, ever, ever to this day been that happy purchasing a record because I thought it had been snatched from my golden fucking paws. And there it was laid right in front of me. Like it was made just for me. It was left there just for me. So I always leave this little sticker in here to remind me of that moment. Finding that with that fucking sticker in it. Really cool. And it contains how I got introduced to Les McCann, which was Compared to What, like a lot of people. And I know it from the movie Casino. There's a scene, a really dope frame scene where these heads kind of pop into frame, like in a series, like down the line, converging vector kind of thing. And right as the scene changes, you hear, "Pop, God damn it, trying to make it real compared," and the heads move in. And I remember just thinking, like, what is this song? What is that song? And I didn't know that when I bought this record. I didn't realize that was the same album. That's not why I bought this. I just explained why I bought it. But when I got it, I'm like, that's that fucking song that I was so interested in back in the day. And such a killer fucking song. That being said, on that side of this performance, this live at Montreux is a fantastic performance, but the other song on that side is really slow, which Les McCann does, and he does it really well. But so I had to pull out the other record, which has, by far, in my opinion, the funkiest song Les McCann has ever done. And it just happens to be called North Carolina. We live here in North Carolina. And he starts the song off by saying, this song's about a place that's a little bit country, but they're funky too. Sure. And like an 11, 12-minute song of just the funkiest, nastiest clavinet, bass, just gnarliness. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I had to play both, a little Compared to What and a little North Carolina to honor Les McCann as we send him on off to the big gig in the sky, baby. Golden Paws was your high school nickname. Here's a really fucking interesting record. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why this is interesting. I go back and forth. I guess this would be considered an FM broadcast. I think, maybe. So it's a Danzig unofficial release. Danzig, The Devil's Whorehouse. And, I mean, look at the cover. First of all, I mean, come on. It's when I was in my super heavy Danzig phase a couple of years ago. Saw this. And the show is from the Orange County Fairgrounds, Middletown, New York, June 17th, 1994. But it just, I mean, it's got everything on it. Well, not everything in one, but it's got Brand New God, How the Gods Kill. It's got Mother on it, Her Black Wings, Twist of Cain, Long Way Back from Hell. I mean, some fantastic songs. The funny thing is with this, depending on when I put this record on, I either think this is one of the shittiest fucking sounding recordings I've ever heard. And other times I put it on, and it can be the same fucking songs. And I'm like, God damn, this sounds good. It's really weird how it does that. So I can't ever really tell. I think they capture a moment in time. I think the band is really tight. I think the production may be a little lackluster. So maybe it's not an FM broadcast. It's more probably a proper like boot, kind of thing. Still really cool to have. I think what's stuck in my craw is like, I paid like $30 for it and then like put it on and I'm like, this sounds like ass. It doesn't really sound like ass. It's just, it's a little more of a raw or live recording. It goes to show you never can tell. It's true. But yeah, it's funny how I kind of flip flop back and forth on this, and like, I guess it's a mood thing. You know, just like you put on. I've got a Cramps record that's just like that live at the Napa State Hospital. Sometimes I'm like, damn, this sounds good for such a crazy fucking show. And other times I'm like, it's a cool record because of what it is, but it sounds like a fucking boombox. It just like, it just changes. I mean, it's like, when I wake, if you hear, I've used this example before, like Keith Jarrett, when you're in the mood for a little Keith Jarrett, probably hits the fucking spot, you know what I mean? Sunday morning newspaper, a little cup of coffee, maybe a little stack of pancakes waiting over on the side. Whew. But Friday night you put Keith Jarrett on, you want to vomit in your fucking mouth. I don't know. It's funny that you just have to be in the right space, I guess. I don't know. I'll tell you what, you can null and void all of that shit for this right here. Because this is just goddamn fucking perfect. Listen to side 2 of this tonight. Steve gave me this, I'm pretty goddamn sure. I'm swearing a lot. Sure. And I thought it was in really rough shape. It's not, at least side 2 tonight. The Killer, Jerry Lee Lewis, Old Time Country Music. And look at this cover, first of all. That is one of the best covers of all time right there. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. But on this side too, he does the Crawdad song, and that's the Andy Griffith, like, you get a line, you get a pole, we'll go down the Crawdad hole kind of song. Does these all fucking, they're like traditional, like, I don't want to say gospel song, but like traditional, like old school country, like Americana standard kind of stuff. Hand Me Down My Walking Cane, absolute fucking banger. You Are My Sunshine, the most basic of songs. The Killer tears it the fuck up. You Are My Sunshine. He kills it. If you guys heard it, you can back me up on this. If the World Keeps Turning, and Deep Ellum Blues. Tremendous stuff. On the Sun label, of course. Really good stuff, man. And I remember like halfway through that side too, I'm sitting there thinking like, this may be a perfect side of a record. It's one of those that just, maybe it's tonight. Maybe it's just whatever's happening tonight. It felt right. Reginald. Wizard mentions a little, I don't know if I had any Busta Rhymes. I thought I did, but what I did have was some Flip Mode Squad. This is from like '98. It's like later Flip Mode stuff. Turns out it's like it's the profile, like not profile, but the white full album thing here. Radio station copy is what I'm looking for. This came from the Bossman. From is it the WALB maybe? It's like a college station in upstate New York. A lot of them have the stamp on it. He gave me a bunch of them. That's where I got all my Passport records, a couple other fusion-y records. There was a lot of that stuff. Because there was a time, like in the 90s, where a lot of the hip-hop cats were really high on fusion records and stuff, and looking through that stuff for beats and samples and whatnot. And not that this is a fusion record, but this is part of that haul he gave me way back in the day. Way back in the day. Yeah, and then finally, Mr. Aaron Griffin cashing some Banana Bucks. Want to hear A Number of the Beast, side B or 2. We say side 2 around here sometimes, and it's got. I mean, it's my favorite. It's my favorite Iron Maiden song, and probably old school Iron Maiden people are like, yeah, it's like saying you like Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's your favorite song, but. A Run for the Hills is like, I mean, Run to the Hills, excuse me. Just kind of looking at these little lyrics on the back here. It's that song will be in my head all weekend, guaranteed. Guaranteed. While this may not be my favorite, it's close. I don't know. This and Power Slave are close. I think I like because the Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills, those back to back, maybe my two like favorite tracks. The Power Slave's got like, I think as overall is a better album. So I don't know. Thanks to Vance for sending that, by the way. That was some VCLT from our pal Vance. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess down here, boy. Excuse me, hold on. We'll pull up some marbles here in a second. Then I may, oh, it's not even long. Nothing Beats Killers. See, I like that one too. Like, you know. It's also a lot of like what I know, and as a gentleman that was really late to the party with Maiden, I'm still discovering new and interesting things about Maiden all the time. Like every time I listen to a record, it's new business for me. It's great to be 47 and still have stuff like that where I'm hearing new Maiden songs I've never heard before, because it's not a band I really got into back in the day. So I'm thankful to have that experience where it, as a like you know metal or a heavier rock guy, or like somebody that appreciates heavy music, and you're just now like really starting to like peel apart what Maiden is. You're like, well, it's embarrassing, bro. You don't even know what the fuck heavy metal is. I'm like, I'm excited that I have that opportunity as an older gentleman to still have bands like that I can dive into. You know what I mean? Well, that was what we played on my backup keyboard. Membrane. Holy shit. Oh yeah. All right, let me launch I could launch this tree stand video. I don't think we want to watch the tree stand video right now. Let's try to pull up these marbles. Man. And while y'all are voting, I gotta make a drink, because I just burned my throat. I've been sucking on this same ice for about damn 45 minutes, seems like. I love a lime, though. I'll mute it so it's not gross. I really like the white part too. What's up, Russ? I'm with you. I'm getting into some of the old bands I wasn't into, including Iron Maiden. Yeah, dude, like back in the day, like in the 90s, when I got into like metal, people were like, oh yeah, I'm into metal too, like Iron Maiden. I'm like, what the fuck is this pussy shit? Get it out of my house. Dude screaming like you ain't got no fucking nuts. Get out of here with this. Metal's fucking brutal. It doesn't sound like your fucking sister singing. I was an asshole about it. It was very nearsighted of me. I've seen the error of my ways. In that regard. In other ways, I haven't. I still sweat around antique furniture. Marbles on stream. Boom. Come on. Perfect. Let's see what we gonna do tonight. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Exclamation point vote, then the number of the track you would like to run. Show them how it's done, folks. For some of our new folks in here that maybe not have voted on the track before, exclamation point vote, then the number of the track that looks like it'd be fun to run. And I'm gonna mix myself up a drink. Maybe when we come back, we'll do a little shot. And before we get into dig of the week, I may throw that fucking link out there. I don't know. Or I may send the link to some. I don't know. I don't know a bunch of nonsense up here. Let me make a drink. Run to the hills. All right. Let's see what we're working with here. What's up, Mr. B? Just realized I could put some fucking beats in my head while I'm doing this. Sure. Let's see who's leading here. Oh my God. The game's got a lot of audio. 5 votes for Frozen. Oh, Frozen. Yeah. I have to turn down the game here. It was loud as fuck. Exclamation point. What? Exclamation point. Play. Fucking, I'm losing my shit already. It's this backup keyboard, man. I did pour a shot. Get in there and get a good spot, folks. Oh, now it works. No, it does. What up, Kron? I be seeing you, bro. You can't be sliding past. I'll be seeing you. Yeah, pour your shot, Miss You. Drinking these fucking vodka sodas, man. I'm feeling light on my feet. No big fat beer belly like bloating going on right now. I mean, I got a big fat beer belly, but it's just from fucking, you know. Got all mixed up trying to mix a drink. Yeah, I may have done the same. I just threw a little upper decky lip pillow in there, so I think we're gonna be good to go. Give it just another second. Let the lobby fill. We got 17. That's a nice little group tonight. Appreciate you guys chilling with us, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody say hell yeah. Can a brother get an amen? Let's do this shot. Appreciate you guys. Cheers. Hell yeah, let's run this. Run this shit. Yeah, fuck it, I'll run it. Ooh, controlling this without my main keyboard. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. No clickety clackety on my keyboard. I don't know what the fuck to do here. Book. Oh, look at there. Numero uno. Number 1, razor fucking sharp. What'd I tell you? Fuck. Number 1, razor sharp. Oof. Scotty's got that line. I'm taking another route, though. I'm taking another route. I'm taking that other route. Oh, fuck. Raw power, putting in work. Sure. Zep Pearl owns the track record for our community at 3:14.77. Look at Detroit Dan over here fucking slipping in, making waves. I got something for you, Dan. You better watch your 6. Better watch that 6. Ooh, little cross up action. Okay. Back over to HD TV. Oh, is he gonna? Oh, nice little play there. Nice on the outside. That outside roll. Bill's up here making moves too now. What the fuck? This is a long track. It's a good choice. I like stuff to take a little longer. I don't like the snow. We're supposed to get some freezing rain tonight, which is bullshit. I want some fucking snow. There's Dave. Look at Dave being all casual and shit. Bill, it's like everybody's jockeying. Skinny artist making moves? Nothing new. She's always making moves. This is a good, you guys got to remember this one. This is a good long track. Takes a little time. I like for things to create a narrative. You know what I mean? You need a narrative for stuff like this. Everybody's getting all crossed up. Why's it going with there? I don't know. Now Wizard's in the lead. You been streaming lately, Wizard? I was gonna say, if you've been streaming, plug your channel. But if you don't stream, you can't do nothing. I ain't gonna let you do nothing. You need to be streaming. Skinny artist. Wall McDave is in this too. The two lines is fucking me up here. Here we go. Oh, that was same time. What happened? Holy shit. Was that a fucking photo finish? Holy shit. Was that a fucking track record? Or a photo finish? Probably still not the track record. That's a nice little move. All right, sure. Who's left? Who are we waiting on? Who are we waiting on? Who's still on the fucking track? Anybody? Abacus slides in. Holy shit. What a finish, though. Everybody took their turn up near the front, catching that clean air, drafting off that fast car. This is a big drafting track, I think, folks. 321. Vance still holds that fucking record. Don't get it twisted. Better luck next time, everybody. Vance still got that fucking record. GG's across the board. I mean, that was a good race. It was a good race. I'm kind of about it. Oh, God. I think a piece of something came up with that. Reginald. I wonder. I'm going to try this one time. One time. Just throwing it out there. Ain't gonna work anyway. Hold on. All right. But we are going to get into a little bit of Dig of the Week. And got some crazy fucking shit for Dig of the Week, man. Like, no cap. Some crazy fucking shit. Right off the fucking ripski. Not only did Aaron Griffin send over a fucking couple of pieces of cheesecake the other night, which I thought was a midget stripper, but I think I like cheesecake better. No cap. I think I'll take cheesecake over. I mean, I've seen... Anyway. God damn, dude. Fuck. Number one, razor sharp. Number one. Number one, razor sharp. Number one. It's Little Person Entertainer. Sure. Oh my God, it's air from Durham. No way, it's sealed air from Durham, North Carolina. Does that joke still work? Oh, I got a couple of machetes. It's taped and got the little, I love these things, like open the top of a dog food bag. Oh, this shit's like fucking porn for me. Grab that fucking tab and go. Ooh. It's almost as good as my can crusher. Silver bullets, I'll take that all day long. 223s, 40 cal, I'd love it. Yo! Yo! This has been on that fucking want list for a while. Exciter's Heavy Metal Maniac. Oh, yes. Canada da 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 da. At its finest. And it's on Megaforce Records. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, this has been on my want list for a long time, man. Long time, dude. Canadian. America Junior, as I like to call him. Fucking A, Aaron. Fucking fist bumps are in. Firm handshakes across the board, man. I appreciate you, brother. That's too much. You do too much, Aaron. Oh, I can't wait to play that shit. That's fucking awesome. I've streamed that for a long time. And I've almost bought it a few times. Between Razor and Exciter, I think it's like Razor and Exciter. I got into this, I think it was when I was binging some Chrome ED shit, you know, and it was like this Canadian metal. What's the other? There was one other one I was super into and like wanted to order. I can't remember what it was. Maybe one that's a little harder to find. But I love that record. I love it. I've played it so much in my fucking buds and shit. No, it's not. The Discogs, my Discog want list is like, other than Toner Low, if you run into that Toner Low 3, I've been looking for this for like 15 years. Hold on. Has anybody ever seen this? I'll show you the cassette. It's the cassette and the CD. Anybody know Toner Low? Oh, fuck. Hold on. I'm fucking it up. I'm fucking all of it up. I'm fucking it up. Duh. Yeah, I'm ruining it. Anyway, I'm ruining it. Sorry. Where did the Bandcamp thing go? Oh, here it is. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll just look. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. It went away. I don't want it to go away. I want it to stay there. So this is a band, I don't remember where they're from. They're from the Netherlands. Netherlands. Look at that. Some of the first like stoner doom stuff I heard back in the like way back in the day. Why is only the cassette on here? Interesting. But there's a record too, but it's worth $1 bazillion. You guys know Toner Low at all? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Check them out if you've never heard them. Never gave them a chance because of the name? Come on, dude. Toner Low? That's fucking brilliant. That's brilliant, MT. It's brilliant, man. Oh, wait, let me try something.
Oh.
Hey, can you hear me, Dave?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Mike.
All right, hold up.
Just want to see if this works. Yeah, it does.
Let me see if how do I make you like
Nope.
Oh, there we go. I just want to see if it works.
The only fucking thing I can't figure out, I can't see the comments. I says I have to add a destination to post comments. Screwy.
Yeah, there we go.
So I can't even chat in the.
Yeah, I know you got a weird camera for me, but like I have to like trick it. Yeah, man. What's been going on?
I've gotten on other StreamYard streams, and I can see the people in the chat gallery. But this I can't.
Yeah, because I'm not actually connected via StreamYard, like via chat.
Okay.
I'm fudging it. It's a big fudge job.
I can't even see you at the moment.
It's a huge fudge job.
You don't have to make me big if you don't want to.
That's all right. That's all right. Hold up, I'll do this. Something just fell over here. Sure.
I'm back into Twitch when I.
You guys ever had a Dave in the corner? I got a Dave in the corner. Got something you guys don't have.
I can't see you, Mikey, though.
That's all right. Yeah, it's the way I have to set this up. It's real wonky, but yeah, it's different than other people's streams, like in general. But no, so the other night I fucking
Talking to myself. No, just kidding.
Metal Theologian. I call when Metal Theologian was having a vinyl auction, and
Yeah, watch that.
I don't do a lot of that stuff, but when Metal Theologian's selling records, and I'm like, I may need to peek in on that. So Jay was over here, and we were having a good old time, just sitting around bull messing, and watching what he was putting up, and a lot of the records Metal Theologian was putting up. I'm like, that's really cool, but I don't know. I don't have any idea who these guys are. He's telling stories about stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what any of this stuff means. But I respect the fuck out of his opinion and shit like that. So he gets to one that's like kind of a little bit cheaper, and he made mention of that because he knows I'm kind of a cheap fuck. And of course that's the one I buy. But I'd also been eating a couple of those adult edibles.
Yeah.
And little chewables, adult chewables, vitamins. And I like to be Flintstone tough, Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, I ended up picking a couple of other records up. Just because I mean, the motherfucker's never steered me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So if he says something's fucking legit, it's legit. So, all right. I managed to do that without tearing anything up.
I like more. I get into more hard rock bands that sell more albums, I suppose, more popular.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, I love the stuff that he likes, but like a lot of it, I just don't know, and I'm playing catch up, which is great. Again, like not really knowing much about Iron Maiden. Like I love playing catch up. I love that there's still. I would hate to think I was at this stage of the game, and I felt like I knew everything and I had it all, and like, what else is there? If I had that, what else is there feeling? I don't know what the fuck I would do, you know. But the first record he's shown that I was interested in is a band called Dead End. Oh, wait. Dave's about to do an evening at the Improv down here. The fucking brick wall. Let's go. Dave's going to do a loose 10 or a tight 5.
Yeah.
It's this band called Dead End with a Y. And he said these guys were really hardcore, like Motorhead worshipers. And I'm like, okay. I'm a big Motorhead guy. So sure. And this is a repress. These guys are Italian. On some like blood red vinyl kind of things. It's an Italian band that from like back in the day, I think this is from like 87, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. No, maybe not. I got it written down somewhere. But I don't want to fuck stuff up. He can tell us. But I'm really looking forward to checking this out, especially some Motorhead worship kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know who Motorhead are, but never really got into their music, I guess.
Yeah. It's on, and a lot of people said if you're an audiophile or something, you would probably not like the pressing of this record just because of how it was recorded, like in general. But like, that's what I love about records like this. It's like, that's not what I'm looking for, like right here. It's just I just want to hear something new and different, and like something that tickles my fucking fancy, you know. So I'm looking forward to checking that. That was the first one I bought. It was cheaper. It was cheap. It was like $10. I don't want to talk about the price, but it was $10. He's like, yeah, of course Bananas buys the fucking cheap one. I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. But as the night went on, I picked up a couple of other items as well. And a couple of these items, he said he'd bought like multiple copies of stuff because he was going to like sell them at record shows or something like that. And this is the last one. Graven Image. People in Hell Want Ice Water. Brand new and sealed reissues. And both of these last two are things that like original presses go for $500, $600, $700, $800. And that's the kind of reissues you want to get. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get it any other way.
That's the name of the band, Graven Image?
Graven Image. And apparently there's like fucking 7 bands called Graven Image. Metal Theologian said, his quote, he said it right here. He said, that Graven Image is one of the greatest records ever. Say less than I want it. That for 20 bones, I fucking want it. 100%. So I could pull the sticky off, but I want to keep it on there because that's Metal Theologian's handwriting, and I'm going to keep it on there. 1984 Rock House America Records, and I didn't really have a good idea of who these guys were or where they're from or anything because I forgot all that stuff. Because I kind of forgot buying most of these records until the next day about 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, oh wait, I think I bought some records. I think I have to pay Metal Theologians some money for some stuff. It's not the first time that's happened, but I'm so stoked to have this. For sure. You should put that record on right now. You won't get popped. I might. Let me push through. And the other one, and it's another band that he bought several copies of, but also there's like 7 bands called Valhalla. But
yeah.
The way that I described this, and I sampled a little bit of this, I do know a little bit about these guys. These guys are I remember this. They're from Pittsburgh. They started as like high school kids in a band. They played like a lot of like Sabbath covers and shit like that in like a high school band. And then they moved out to Arizona, I think. And after like a record or so, they fucking folded and just kind of went away. And 1984, Wyland Records. It's made in Canada, but this is a reissue. Let's see if I can Pittsburgh Valhalla shreds on their 1984 split titled debut, delivering heavy riffs and powerful solos, supported by the commanding vocals of David something or other. I can't read the rest of that, but really interested in putting this. You want me to put that one on, Metal T? I'll do it, man. I'm wearing jeans, so I can do the old jean trick. You know the jean trick, Dave?
I can't see at all.
I'm sorry. Where you slide the record over your denim and it opens it up for you?
I heard about that, yeah.
Boom. It's like opening a beer with a Bic, man. It never fails you. Once you know how to do it, it never fails you. All right, I'll put this on. Hold up. Okay. Oops. Hang on, give me an opportunity just to see something. Hold on. Hold that phone. Oh, wait. Hope I didn't kick Dave accidentally. Tell a story, Dave. Everybody loves it when I drop that on them. Relegated to the green room. Dude, MT, if you want to come up, man. If you want to come up and talk about these records, man. Apparently it's working. You can try. If you want. You don't have to. This shit's fucking solid, man. And it's like 2 songs. There's like 1 on each side. Oh, dude, if he does a cooking stream while he's on with me, I might just shit those fucking pants. Yeah, and some of this, like, maybe I was a little inebriated, and I was like, nah, man. Metal Theologian likes it, bro. He's fucking signed off on it. I'm buying it. I'm fucking buying it. Which, that's never failed me before either, so. The house may be a little loud. It may be bleeding over a little bit, but I apologize. Yeah, I hear you, Dave. I know it's kind of different. It's different. Now you know what I go through going through solo over here. Well, I'm staring into a camera, just talking the whole time. Auctions are for the boomer and jazz nerd VC. Yeah, not an auction. It wasn't an auction. I'll tell you. That's why I liked it better, because I was telling Jay, like, man, I feel like sometimes auctions can get contentious and like, oh, I got that first, and no, you didn't, and oh, I did, and oh, yeah, your mom's another one, and shit like that. I mean, it has the potential to like doing shit like that. And there could be some butthurt feelings, because let's be honest, there's a lot of fucking pussies in the VC that get mad about dumb shit. But Metal Theologian shit was fucking. This record's $20. Anybody want this? Russell Got No Game is now a friend of the program. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Russ, for joining the warmest stream on the net. Warmest stream on the net. 100%. Thank you, dude. Things being a fucking hand job. Oh, there it is. All right. You guys like that down there? Sure. Man, this shit's really fucking good. Great stuff, man. Yeah, MT, it's in the chat. I can do it again. It's in the chat. If I try to type that into my phone, that's going to be problems. While you're doing that, I'll turn the house down so it won't be feeding back at you. Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy. Shit's crazy good. And it's only 2 songs. Normally I'd be like, ain't no way I'm paying for 2 songs like this. Come on. But this shit's fucking solid. Solid. Solid as a rock. Ooh, yeah. We do have a, for so to speak in Chip Chat, got a classic soda that I don't think we've done in this fashion, honestly, as well as a Christmas present chip from the kid that I've been dying to do. Dying. When I say dying, I mean fucking dying. %. That's a great. I wonder if we get popped for this soda chat and chip speak. 100%. Speaking of Bizarro, you remember when we did the Bizarro show when we started at the back? We did chip chat first and went reverse. We need to do that again. I wonder if this would get us popped too. I don't know if I want to make a. I don't know if I want to chance it. But chance it. Won't get popped for Valhalla? All right, it's good to know. I could win. I do the old trick on it too. Of course, I need to save that hype sticker. Throw it on. This has turned into more of a during the week stream. Loosey goosey. Uh-huh. Can you hear me? No. You're perfect. Hold on, let me pull you up. It takes a second, it gets all weird. Yeah, there we go.
All right, cool. There we go. I can see it now. Yeah, so this is my original of that, though.
Oh,
you
so
can tell
you
pretty
have
much.
an original of that?
Yeah, dude, I got this like. I mean, I don't remember. I was still living in California though. I've had this for probably like 12 years, something like that.
Wow.
You don't want to never put me back. And it's not even like the greatest copy, but like the only difference really is that it has this insert with like the lyrics. Like, look at that, like typewritten.
Wow. Did you just randomly run into this, or you knew what it was when you stumbled into it?
No, I knew what it was, and I went looking for it because I'd heard it. And I was like, "Holy shit!" And the thing is, they redid. There's a reissue that's a lot easier to find on the Ironworks label. It's actually still probably a pretty rare record, but compared to this one, it's easy to get. They did a picture disc on Ironworks or Metal Storm or one of those Azure-related labels where they had these two songs and then one other one. But just the guitar player, Rob Griffin, sang on it, and he's nowhere near as good as Mike Aldridge. It kind of changes the whole thing. It's still good, but it doesn't have that. He's not like screaming the way Mike Aldridge is. It's just the impact is different. It's just not at all the same. So this thing, I mean, I've never regretted it, man. This is one of my favorite fucking records.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, actually, I wholesaled a bunch of those. So I was gonna start setting up at record shows, right? And I knew I could hype the shit out of that one. I mean, you know. So I ended up getting a bunch from one of the guys in the band because they had just done that.
Oh, really? That's where they came from?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, and I was surprised because that name doesn't jump out at me. Valhalla, I kind of understand, but like Graven Image, there's a fuck ton of Graven Image bands out there.
Dude, there's a fuck ton of Valhallas too.
Yeah, probably more Valhallas, but I didn't expect to like it'd be as tough to find what I was talking about when I looked up Graven Image, and there's like an 83 like hardcore Richmond punk, like hardcore punk band that had a little bit of a gravitas to them, and I'm like a bunch of them. That's where I'm like, oh wait a minute, what am I talking about?
That's funny. I didn't know there were that many.
I didn't expect them to be. Like I said, the Valhalla, I would have expected that, which is what we're listening to now. So tell me a little bit about that one. How did you come across that, or how did you find out about them, I guess?
I mean, like, same as the Graven Image. I mean, I first heard about it because I like read about it on these like collector sites and shit. Because like, I mean, I don't want to be like, oh well, I've been into this shit for so long. But like, when the internet kind of first started, and all of a sudden I had access to all this shit that I had never like seen around before. Or hadn't seen around in decades, you know what I mean? Because like, in the early
forums were the thing, yeah.
Yeah, people romanticize the '90s, but like the early days of eBay were really when I got a lot of this shit. Because you still wouldn't see like Sodom records around very often. If you did, they were cheap, but you just didn't see them very often. So when people started putting their shit on eBay, I was like, fuck, I'll just scoop up anything that looked remotely metal. So I started finding some of these collector sites, like forums and shit like that, like you were saying. And actually, the best one. 20 years ago was almost all in German.
Oh wow.
So probably a little bit of benefit too, but all the collectors were either German or Greek. It's kind of nuts. It's Germans and Greeks dominating it. There are only a couple Americans.
Wow. Are you comfortable like going into like a full ass German site and like handling business and shit like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a little self-conscious because my German's really rusty and shit. But yeah, I mean, you know, the bottom line is I can sit there and read it. If I stop thinking about it and stop being self-conscious, it's no problem.
Yeah, I can kind of figure stuff out, but I can't really like read it. But I can like I can infer like what's happening, generally speaking. But that's but it'd be cool to be able to like go on and just like second nature, which it seems like you're kind of doing. You're probably downplaying it. That's what you're doing, but which is really cool. But this is the only one I did sample, like while you were doing the not auction, but the sale. To be corrected, it's not an auction.
I won't be upset with you.
No. But I did. I told Jay like while it was going on, I was like, man, this is so fucking chill. Like everybody's like cool and like, here's this record. It's this amount of money. Like anybody want this? Cool. Boom. And just like there was no like nonsense, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and there weren't very many that were just bad, you know what I mean? So I figure I always go on my channel and talk about all these shitty records and talk about why I like them even though they're shitty. So I figured with these ones I was letting go of, it's like if I were watching this, I might be thinking, what the fuck? You're letting go of something. How bad does it have to be? And I was like, well, no, so there's a story for each one as far as why I'm letting go of it. For a lot of them, it was just I had multiple copies. But, like those reissues principally. But some of the other ones, it was like, either I'd found an original or I just had more than I needed by the band or whatever else. You know what I mean? I figured just be honest with people and it's easy.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how well it went, to tell you the truth. It was way better than I expected.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you just say like, oh, this is a cool record, but it's just really not for me. I mean, that's not a slight on anybody or like, or like if you're like, I don't like this a whole lot, but man, I bet Eric Bauer would fucking eat this shit up. I mean,
totally.
Or like whatever, like, saying shit like that. It's like, that's a great way to move product.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so Valhalla, man, they're from Pittsburgh, and there are some nobodies. As far as I know, they only ever did that one EP, too. And there's a lot of synth on that thing. When I first heard that one, I actually didn't like it at all. I thought it was fucking corny and stupid. But I was thinking about it when you started asking about it on the stream, and the shit that annoyed me about it at first doesn't bother you a bit. Like, you would be totally fine with, like, the cheesy, like, the little synth version.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
I mean, I think if I'm getting...
Anyway, so...
I mean, I think if I'm getting into a record and I think it's going to be a stone cold, like, Nawabum classic or, like, just the epitome of what, like an 80s metal record you should have, and I get it, and it's fucking just layered with synth without being told about that or being aware of that at first, that may be a little off-putting, but kind of walking into it knowing that, I'm like, oh yeah, 100%. Because I mean,
And that record isn't like full-on epic metal, like Manowar or something like that. But it's definitely epic and intense. You know what I mean? Sort of the scope of it, like the philosophy behind it is really sort of grandiose.
And I do love that.
He's going into that. It's awesome.
That's some of my favorite like metal stuff from the 80s. That's the stuff that's so far over the top and epic. That's like, where it's, I mean, in my mind, it's like a comic book. They're writing a musical version of a comic book that's surrounded around heavy metal. And I love that. I love that kind of vibe where you're like, you're not writing songs about breaking up with your fucking girlfriend. No, you're writing songs about fucking skull fucking a dragon and you got this dude in a fucking triangle choke over, like shit like that. It's like fucking crazy. And then like, and I really like my favorite band of Dying Dreams. Like their lyrics were like that. They're all comic book guys. One of the guys owns a comic book shop. The other guy is an actual artist that has done some big time stuff. But their lyrics were all like, I come alive from the grave, and I'm, like crazy stuff you would read in a comic and be like, oh, this is so fucking dope. But if you're like,
I love that shit.
But if you're reading lyrics and expecting it to be like, fucking politics and my girlfriend, it was like none of that, which I loved because that shit's fucking corny.
Yeah, and it's like it's not there's any time and place for that either, but not so much in metal, especially as I get older. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say less patience I have. The more patience I have for a lot of things, like the synths. Back in the 80s, I would have tolerated that at all.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what, dude, I'm telling you, in the past year, I've caught myself. I mean, like, physically aggressive with myself in the car, and songs come on, and like now because fucking bad shit's happened, shit fucking mean stuff, and I'm like, dude, you fucking pussy, like you've never been like this your whole fucking life, and now all of a sudden fucking some dumb fucking song means some dumb shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like I've had to fight that off. Some pounding the steering wheel. You fucking pussy, get it together. But yeah,
man, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening to "Be My Baby" by the Ronettes. I get tears in my eyes. Or "In the Still of the Night" by the Five Satins.
Oh yeah.
Man, dude, I'll own it. Here, pull up my Valhalla record.
All right.
I can hear you though.
Yeah, me and Jay pulled out the other night on it. Sometimes we do a little Saturday action over here. We play cassettes on Saturdays, not streaming, just fucking hanging out. And last week, we played some fucking crazy fucking heavy stuff that Aaron Griffin sent. But then, like afterwards, I pulled out more Dirty Dancing on cassette. And dude, but the soundtrack is so phenomenal because it's like fucking like Sam Cooke, Otis Redding kind of shit.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I haven't seen that movie since the 80s. I only saw it
when I was a kid. I was in 5th grade. I had the Dirty Dancing soundtrack on cassette, and I also had more Dirty Dancing, which is what we're listening to. It was my exact ones from back in the day. But I wanted to see Mikey go on a second wave black metal jag. I mean, I listen to a lot of that stuff. I just don't buy it on vinyl. Like that the 90s black metal stuff. Like I mean, I've got some Burzum.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Burzum records. I'll tell you my favorite, and I never hear anybody talk about it. It's a band called Eldamore. And it's because as I've gotten older, I really like more atmospheric black metal stuff. And it's Eldamore. The name of the album is Spirit of the North. And I fucking love the fuck out of that record. But you can't get vinyl copies for like, you know, legit prices. I think they did one reissue, but you can't find it. But I mean, I do love that second wave of black metal. That's my favorite of black metal. That's my shit for sure. If I'm streaming stuff, that's what I'm listening to, like for black metal.
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of that stuff. I mean, not like in the 90s, but in like the 2000s, the early 2010s, I listened to a lot of black metal. But I just kind of got tired of it, man. Because it's all kind of the same, and I kind of got tired of the constant pose and the constant acting, you know?
That's what's sort of off-putting about it. But just like I was in the Stunny stream this afternoon, and I made the comment, like, talking about people that only listen to one kind of music, like, ever. And I'm like, oh, there's, you know, just like going to fucking Baskin Robbins, there's a flavor of music for every moment.
Yeah, man, totally.
Of your life. There's a flavor of music just hanging there for you. And it's not the same shit I would listen to 4 hours from then. I would be into an entirely different genre, mind frame, whatever. But there's times when I'm cruising down the road and for 2 hours I'm listening to fucking black metal. But then next I'm like, I'm good on that. And I'm pulling up some jazz shit or something, you know, like, you know.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, man, you should check out George Braith. There's a reissue kicking around of one of his records.
George Braith.
Really good soul jazz, yeah.
Okay. I don't know him at all. Hell yeah.
You know, I'll show you the label real quick. I mean, it's the same record, though. It has the same shit on it. I think that one has the name of the reissue label on it. That's all. This is the label on this one.
It looks like, and I mean, I can't tell from just what we're doing right now, but all these reissues seem like they did a pretty good job with them.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm interested to check out this the Deaden as well, because I know it's supposed to be a little raw or like production wise, which I mean I'm all about. It's like, you know, as long as if I buy a fucking prog record that's supposed to be nice and pristine, it's got quiet parts and I may get a little weird about a fucking shitty pressing or something. But a record that you're saying is like Motorhead worship.
Dude, that record sounds just fine. Anyway.
I don't give a fuck.
Kind of chugged all the way through. You know what I mean? Like, if you just want like a rock and like sort of like a biker metal type thing, Deaden is totally going to scratch the itch. That's a really good record.
Yeah,
I just never pulled it out. I don't even know. I didn't even have a reason for it. I just didn't.
Yeah, that's actually what it says. It's like an Italian, like biker, Motorhead, something or other. Yeah.
It's like, you know, all those times when you like hear that something is really good, like biker rock, and you listen to it and it sounds like status quo and you're a little disappointed.
Yeah.
That's like what you wish all those fucking records sounded.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands that I'm trying to think of an example that people were like really hipping me to, and then I like check them out and I'm like, this sounds like pub rock, like just down the middle, like the stuff I run away from. Like I just run away from.
Because you don't even like AC/DC, right?
No, I've come a little bit around on AC/DC. they're not going to make me like talk shit and run out of the room kind of thing. But like, and there's been times where in the last couple of years when I'm flipping through the radio and it's on. For those about to rock, I know that. I mean, that's kind of, I know for a lot of AC/DC people are like, oh, there's so many better. I mean, I know, but like when that's one of those ones when I'm scanning through it, I'm like, I'll stop on this.
Yeah, dude, I've got my favorites too, but that's still a great song.
It's a great song. That's a great song. I can't shit on that song. But you know, I think there was something about him that I think much like the way that I don't like the Atlanta Braves, I don't like AC/DC because it reminds me of every redneck cousin I've ever had in my entire life. Hell yeah, boy, fucking AC/DC, boy, we fucking hell yeah, man. Like that's when I think of AC/DC, I think of those guys. Yeah, which it's hard to get out of that thought, but I'm coming a little bit around to it. It screams redneck to me. I mean, just total redneck.
That just kind of wasn't my path with it. Like, you know, some friend of mine turned me on to it when I was like 12 or maybe 13. No more than 13, though. And like, by the time I was done really listening to a lot of AC/DC, like a couple more years went by before I really encountered that. So part of it was just because I was overseas and shit. But yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I ran into it a little later. Sure. And I mean, I knew the stuff that was on the radio. And then when the Razor's Edge came out, like I was freshman or sophomore in high school, and I really enjoyed Thunderstruck. Like when that came out, I was all about it. Again, that's one of those, you know, that one of those albums that probably real AC/DC guys are like, what the fuck are you saying? But like, I really enjoyed that. I remember I had a friend on the CB radio. That's right, folks. And which is weird. Looking back on these friends I had on the CB radio, and they were all like cool guys. But when I tell the story, I'm like, this is creepy as fuck. Because I talk to these guys on the radio, and like we're talking like just cool like bro stuff, you know. But this guy's like 19, 20, and I'm like 12, 13. And we didn't talk about dicks or nothing, but like he was like, yeah, man, you ever heard of Black Crows? Or like, I was like, oh, yeah, they're cool, like AC/DC. And I ended up meeting this guy like at a gas station, and he gave me those 2 CDs, Black Crows, and just let me borrow Black Crows and Thunderstruck, the Razor's Edge, and he gave me those CDs just to borrow because he knew I liked, you know, decent music at 12 years old or whatever. But like looking back at him, like, this guy sounds like a raper. Like, you know, like that happened a couple of times. My parents let me go to a fucking ham radio festival at like 12 years old with like this 40-something-year-old man that I met over the radio. He picked me up at my house and drove me over, and he told me what dummy loads were. Hey, yo. But like, yeah, all of it sounds rapey now. I wasn't groomed. I didn't get groomed. And then that one guy I told this story the other night. This guy named I don't know if you were here for this, MT. So there was a radio that this guy, his name was Warhawk, cool guy. I think he's like a biker guy. And I talked to him on the radio when I was like 12 years old. He's in his 20s, like biker guy. And he had this cool radio called a Browning Golden Eagle, and it had what's called the Browning ping. So when you keyed up the microphone to talk, you would hear this like ying, this little ying sound. It's called the Browning ping, and I wanted this radio so bad, and he was going to sell it. So me and my dad, at least my dad was with me this time. My dad drives me over there. We go to this guy's like trailer or like little dump house to look at this radio, and straight biker dude, like long hair, like, you know, Black Sabbath t-shirt or whatever, leather jacket kind of guy, well, you know. And he was telling me all about the radio, and he was a cool guy, you know, like from being little sub hype. Little yodeling pickle for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub. But
It's
yeah,
more fun when Jay's there to mold about it.
it really is. But I go over here and I meet his like sort of trashy wife. She was sort of hot, but sort of biker trashy. And he was
Yeah,
like, oh, and he was like, hey, let me introduce you to my kids. And he had these 2 toddler kids. One's like 4, one's like 2.5. It's like, this is Ozzy and this is Lita.
Wow.
No shit. On my fucking mom's Christ hole.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, his toddler's named Ozzy and Lita. I'll never forget that. And I didn't end up buying the radio. God damn it, man. I should have bought that fucking radio.
At least you got the story.
Yeah, I got the story. The stories are worth their weight in gold, 100%. But yeah, what the fuck were we talking about? What's your collecting goals for this year? Do you have something that you're actually actively thinking about this year? I mean, not like a resolution or anything, but
I'm in a little bit of a rut, really. I'm kind of need to sort of get on the next kick. I've listened to a lot of the 45s, man, like these British 45s from the early 80s, the Nwabum shit. I've been kind of hung up on that, but I kind of feel like it's run its course a little bit too. So I mean, I'm still enjoying it. And I'm like not feeling bad about listening to these records, but I kind of need to find something. I don't know what yet. So
is that like going down that rabbit hole? Is that super pricey for those like Nwabum 45s?
Yeah.
I think that's what allures me about punk is it can be the same thing 100%. There's a lot of super desirable 45 7-inches that are a lot of money, but there's such an abundance of just random shittiness that's also out there for nothing. But some of that shittiness just kind of lines up with dumb shit that I like, that you can take chances on a lot of those punkier 7-inches for less money. And sometimes you run into something that's like, just tickles your fancy. And I felt like from what I've seen that like with metal, it doesn't seem there's to be that much of that kind of stuff out there. Maybe there is, but I just don't see it.
Used to be a lot more. I mean, there is shit, but you know, if I sit here and name 3 for you, that doesn't really mean anything, you know?
Yeah. But like my local shop, I've run into a lot. I run into a lot of like a more postmodern, like heavy stuff. So like hardcore, grindcore, gutter punky, super aggressive vocal kind of stuff on 7-inch that maybe had come out in like the early 2000s into the teens, which some of that stuff's really cool, and they got like cool crazy album covers and stuff like that. I have one called Corn on Macabre that's got a really cool cover and a really cool name, but it's brutal though. I mean, the vocals are, you know, it's crazy. And that's not, I mean, it's not exactly what I'm looking for, but like for $2, sure, I'm 100%. It's got like a one-armed chick holding a surfboard on the cover of it or something. I'm like, of course. But yeah, I've found like a lot of like, I may buy 10 punky kind of records, punky or indie stuff, and probably 7 of them I'm like, this is pretty fucking good.
That's not bad, man.
It's not bad. And I'm never paying more than $4 really. And usually about $2. And I do love that, like 2 songs, sometimes with some punky or hardcore stuff, you get 3 or 4 songs, and like, it's just, I mean, it's good enough for a poke. You know what I mean? It's just good enough for a poke. You get in there, you give it a little poke, and then you back off of it. I think
like 45s though, since they're kind of a pain in the ass, I don't necessarily want to deal with them unless it's something kind of special. You know, if it's something I care about, then it's totally worth it, and I'm all in.
Very true.
But like, you know, like I don't need to start collecting soul singles or something like that. You know, if I can see LPs, I'd rather have the LP and not have to deal with the hassle of flipping the 45 every couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean the 45 thing, like I love them to death, but like when me and Jay were like, I think me, Jay, and Cameraman were in the living room. We got like a ball game on or something. Typical Saturday night fare. Ball game on, records playing. But with 45s, I'm like getting up every minute and a half, 2 minutes. But like I got that nice stack last week, and like after the show, I go over and I did an hour and a half to 2 hours of just a set where I never sat down, and it was so great. It just,
Yeah,
it just
like if you're
felt
sitting down
good.
by the stereo and you're doing your thing, you're hanging out with someone. That's cool. Then you know. You totally-
Yeah, and it was just me in the chat, and it was just me standing up. And 45s I'd never played before, so I didn't know what went with what. I was just guessing. But like, and I always said, like, if record night was 100% just a me thing, that's probably what I would do. I would do like a DJ set. I would play single songs, whether it's 45s or whatever. I would do single songs all night long, and I would just be up at the fucking tables doing it. But you can't talk to people or hang out or take shots or like have conversations and argue about why AC/DC sucks or whatever. Like you can't have those moments. But anyway.
No, that's like the classic DJ though thing, right? I mean, that's like what you wanted. That's like probably what we both wanted to do, like decades before either of us started doing any of this shit.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Literally, when I was 3 or 4 years old, that I got a box of 45s up here that was my mom's, and I would sit in the floor like Indian style, or wait a minute, crisscross applesauce. Sorry, everybody. And I would just go from 45 to 45, and I would just sit there and go from one thing to the next. And I'd get back to the end of the box, and I'd start over. It's literally what I do on record night. Like, especially after hours, I was doing the same shit when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know.
I probably told you this before too, but the first time I ever used the Metal Theologian name was when I was guesting on a friend's radio show when I was living in LA. And I just went down there a couple times. I'd bring a box of records and we'd play single songs of shit. And there was like a little bit of talking. But for the most part, we just sort of hung out and did that, you know?
That's so much fun, man.
Metal Theologian. So when I started the channel, I was like, oh, I'll just recycle that.
Hell yeah.
It ended up becoming something, but you know.
I mean, that's great though. Like, those are my favorite like record moments, really. I mean, there's also moments where it's like after we've done the show, and me and Steve are both sitting here like this, and there's some record playing, and it's like, bro, you know, like they had to like give Roger Waters like extra money to get him to like come in and like record this and shit. Like, you know, you have those like late night like. Did you ever hear like who the bass player was supposed to be on this? Like those conversations, you know, yeah. Those are pretty priceless too. But I love those late night sets and shit.
Totally.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. The last set was banging. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. A lot of good blues on chess and man, that I can't believe that's my little like honey hole now. I gotta keep my yapper a little bit tight on that one because I'll start being like, oh man, you got to check out. I'm like, no, maybe wait a little bit and then go check it out. Let me go through all the boxes first.
Yeah, man, you don't talk about it till you've secured your own copy.
I know that's tough for me. I like talking. I like talking and bragging. That's a dude smoking the band. It's like, what do you do? I show off. I don't think anything else has ever cut me to the core like that. What do you do for fun? I show off, have fun. I guess we need to do a soda speaking chip chat. You want to hang around? You can hang. Feel free to hang around, dude.
I don't want to bogart the whole show, man.
Bogart away, dude.
Well, I've got a soda then, actually.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Well, let me grab it real quick.
I got to grab my stuff. Yeah, let me catch up on chat real quick.
I don't have a chip.
That's okay. Rumor has it hand holding the skull on the first Oz record belongs to Buster Poindexter. Yeah. Dude, you know on that Ohio Players record, some bitch gets killed and you can fucking hear her scream on it, man. Brother. I want to do a shot before we jump into this. Anybody else want to do a shot with me? And I'll grab my stuff while I'm in here. What stuff? Flip this record too.
Yeah, this is what I was just playing before, man. The Duchess 45.
Well. Table.
shit, I feel like I should be telling a story or something here. Hey, you know what's funny? I was watching some other stream a few days ago, and
How dare you, sir?
there was a guy, and he was sitting in his chair. It was two guys on a panel that were different, and the one guy was doing this in his chair. And I was like, "Oh, Bananas told me not to do that. You don't sit in the swivel chair for just that reason."
When I interview people like for television, I go into a place, and if it's a swivel chair, but there's another like straight back over there, I'm like, let's switch these chairs out real quick, because some people you'd be like, what's the greatest heavy metal record of all time? And people start going, I think probably, I mean, it could be, you could say, that's how some people think. Like some people look up in the air to try to find the answer.
Oh,
But
yeah, I
no,
do it too, man.
like producer 101, never let your interviewee have a fucking swivel chair. Aaron Griffin knows that shit. That's a no-no. Some people are fine, but other people turn fucking autistic in like 3 seconds with it.
Yeah, dude, I never noticed it before, but after you told me that, now I always notice it.
Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. I have this tell from interviewing so many people back in the news days. From interviewing trailer park guy when the tornado comes over, and then interviewing like political science professors and doctors and shit like that. There's something very specific that like well-educated people do versus regular people. So regular people, you ask them, the tornado came over, what did it sound like? And they go, it was like, you ever been to the airport and like, an airplane's coming over and, smart people, or like, I don't want to say smart people, well-educated people, start their sentence with so. So when it comes to genetic mutations,
Really?
what you have to, yes. I pay attention when you're watching like people in interviews, like on news and shit like that. Like your professors, your doctors, your lawyers, your political representatives of whatever sort will say so. They'll start their sentence with so. Regular people say, Anyway, let me take a quick break and we'll come back with a Soda Speak and Chip Chat. Baby. Number one, razor sharp. Grown Man Record ought to be back in a minute. Stick around.
A tape of this quality deserves to be played in the most sophisticated of systems. Because Sony Premium Tape has more music, where other tapes have distortion and hiss. Sony Audio Tape. It's the closest you can get to music.
The United States Air Force wasn't officially born until after World War II, in 1947. But its heritage goes back to the beginning of the century. And the special breed of men and women who've served in that long blue line are some of the most impressive individuals you could ever hope to know. Hi, I'm William Shatner, and as a pilot myself, I am awed by their accomplishments. In the next hour, you'll meet heroes, daredevils, test pilots, astronauts. They have only one thing in common. They are all top flight. They are simply the best at what they do, and what they do will amaze you. Fasten your seatbelts. The greatest airborne adventures of the 20th century are about to soar again.
Hello.
ファミリーコンピュータの楽しいカセット情報。シングルスダブルスの本格テニスをコンピュータと技比べ、5段階のランクが楽しめます。ピンボール、迫力のフリッパー、スロットマシンのスリル、ポーカーゲームの興奮、ビンゴの面白さの全てを結集したピンボールの決定版。さらにゴルフ、光線銃など面白カセットどんどん登場。
Holy shit. All right, we're back. Yeah, we reversed it. It's the reversal. You a big Uno guy?
Play that thing first, the intro?
No, I was just wondering if you play Uno a lot. Do you like Uno?
Oh, literally Uno.
Yeah.
You know, Uno's a pretty good game, man. For like a really simple game that you play with the kids and shit, it's a really good game.
You know, I went down with the kid to, we were going down to spread some of Finn's ashes over that beach, and we're sitting in the house that's right over the beach. Late night, getting all fucked up. Not late night, but just nighttime, getting all fucked up and hanging out. Like, yo, you know what they got over there? And they're like, fucking Monopoly. And I'm like, dude, I didn't play Monopoly since I was like, I don't know, 15. I have no idea. Like, I can't remember the last time I played Monopoly. And we started playing Monopoly, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking banging. It was so much fucking fun, dude.
Until it gets annoying, right?
I mean, it lasts a long time, but that's the thing. When I was a kid, that's what I hated about Monopoly, was how fucking long it took to like complete a game. But I love that we put a movie on that we're not really paying attention to, and then like played this while we fucking passed a little something or fucking took some shots and had some drinks and talked some shit, and the game's still going on. So it's like it's like playing golf, like on like Nintendo, where you can just stop. The game doesn't like have to like impose itself. You can just like, hey, it's your shot. Boom.
The other thing I found about Monopoly though is it goes a lot faster if you play it hard. Usually people don't play Monopoly really hard. Yeah. I never did.
The kid's boyfriend, he was fucking raking up, and I'm like, all right, don't get weird. I'll have to come in here and fucking figure this shit out now. I don't like losing about nothing. I don't like losing shit.
Yeah, fuck losing, man.
Yeah, fuck losing. But I never let kids win either. You get a fucking 3-year-old and you want to play checkers, and guess what? You're gonna find out what humility is. 101.
Yeah, I was kind of hard with Spencer because I was like, you know something, if you beat me, I want you to actually beat me. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like this. You'll feel better if you beat me. And he would beat me at shit too.
I still remember the first time I beat my dad in checkers, because he was a big checkers guy, and beat my dad in checkers, and it was like, oh shit. And then the first time I remember when I beat my dad arm wrestling, like on another level of shit, because my dad's a little guy, but he's a strong little motherfucker. But I was a big kid. Even as a big fuck, I was still losing to my dad. He was 5'7", 155 pounds, and was smoking my shit. And then finally, like, yeah, I guess all the testosterone built up. You know, I could fucking do it or whatever. That was like a big deal. That was a big fucking deal, man. Yeah. But yeah, Monopoly, like, don't sleep on it. It's fucking. It would be great to like to play with some of you fucking idiots. It would be it would be so much fun.
If you're in the audience, Bananas is not 5'7". He's taller than that.
No, my dad is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little
You're
guy.
bigger than him.
Yo, I was bigger than my dad when I was like 12. 100%. All right, let's get a little soda speak. Pop.
Are we to the graphic? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Graphic City.
The hits different. You can't really hear the.
Oh yeah, This is how bands feel when they're on the stage and they can't really hear themselves. They're just trusting that they're doing things right. Just trusting it. I'm in the right place. I can hear the drums. This should be right. Reginald. So what you sipping on tonight?
Yeah, so I found this one at some shop around here. I don't remember, but club. I don't know. Mate is that? I guess it must be.
Mm.
It says soft drink with caffeine, and apparently it's vegan, and that's all I know.
Mm.
It's imported by Ferryman LLC out of Topanga, California.
Topanga. Ooh. Sorry, I just went Boy Meets World on my. Sorry. God, Topanga was so fucking hot.
And it's manufactured in Germany, which I didn't even actually notice when I got it. All that explains why the bottle's so big. It's a half liter.
A half liter?
Yeah,
Wow.
same size as German beer, man.
Hell yeah. She feisty.
How are we doing this? Should I bust this open and review it before you do yours?
Sure, yeah. Tell me what you think about it.
All right, let's see if this is any good. I've never had this one before.
Screw top.
Yeah, which is already weird, and it's not that carbonated, which is kind of a German thing too.
How is it sweetened? I do like a less carbonated thing sometimes.
I usually do these days too. It
just bloats my gut up too much. I just don't care for that.
So it's funny. It says it has glucose fructose syrup in it, and then sugar. It doesn't say high fructose corn syrup, but they don't have as much corn in Germany either. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
The smell is really weird.
I like that.
It is not very sweet.
Really? I kind of like that.
I guess it kind of tastes like a tea. That's probably what it's going for. It's like a mate tea or something.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a mate extract.
Is it a class, something that's been around a long time, or is this kind of a newer boutique kind of thing?
I never heard of it before. The place I got it from wasn't necessarily. Well, fuck, if I can remember where I got it, that'd be easier. I either got it at the grocery store in the international section, or I got it at the world market, because my good source for sodas dried up years ago. That's why I don't really talk about them on my channel very much anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll pick up a cool soda, and sometimes it's never like chips, where it's like we have to have the latest and greatest and stuff we've never done before. It's kind of what we're vibing on that evening. Because tonight I was like, I didn't really have a soda, and I was like, but let me tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not getting off of work after a fucking kind of chaotic week and hitting fucking 3 stores because ain't nobody got a fucking soda that we ain't fucking done. Fuck off. You know what? Look. I'm never gonna do that.
Oh, dude, you know what's even worse for me was like, I mean, I usually eat dessert. I'm a big dessert guy,
really?
Right? Like I have dessert with every meal. Pretty
really?
Much. Yeah, I love my sweet.
You're a svelte guy, though. How do you pull that off?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't eat chips for one thing. Like in the areas where I can do without it, I do without it. You know, like I don't really miss chips, so that's why I eat them really rarely because I just don't need it. You know, so I try and sort of pick my battles that way.
That's fair.
But yeah, and I guess some of it's metabolism.
Yeah, I mean something like
I've got a belly and shit. It's not like my wife can do anything. She can eat a fucking gallon of ice cream a day and you wouldn't know.
I
can't do that shit.
Guys like Cameraman and Jay, they were like this big around, like forever. And I was a fat fuck my whole life, and now all of a sudden people start catching up to me, and I'm like, okay. It's fun, isn't it? You like being a fat fuck? Yeah, that shit's fucking fun, isn't it? Sure.
Let me see you manage this shit properly.
Yeah. Be great when you're not.
Like good though. It kind of tastes like it's almost like an unsweet tea with little carbonation in it.
It could be okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is. It could be okay.
But like unsweetened tea is one of my favorite things in the world. But like, when they did those like Lipton, like green teas that were a little bit carbonated or whatever. I mean, I would fuck with them, but I don't like that necessarily.
If I hadn't been expecting this to taste like a soda, I might like it a lot more.
That's fair.
Right now, I'm expecting that sugar hit.
Yeah.
It would not give you a fucking sugar hit.
I mean, speaking of a sugar hit, let me tell you what I picked up tonight. This is something, again, I went to one store tonight because I was like, I don't know if Steve's coming, because I texted Steve. It's like, hey, you got a soda to bring? Because Steve was supposed to be here. Jay was like 50-50. I knew that. But Steve was like, I don't know if like he was supposed to come. And then I was like, hey, you got a soda to bring? Because a lot of times he has like a cachet of things. And I didn't hear back from him for like 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop and pick something up. So I stopped at one place, and it's a place I never go. But I think it's a soda we've 100% done, especially in the early days of Record Night.
Dr. Enough.
Oh, I'd love to have a Dr. Enough right now.
Yeah, I'd trade this for Dr. Enough.
But it's something we've done. It's something synonymous with this area, but we've never done it in this fashion. I'm talking about the fucking glass bottle of Sundrop.
Oh, no shit, man.
Are you a Sundrop guy?
I thought you were going to say cheer wine.
I know.
I think go for one of those. Because another thing, I don't drink a whole lot of sugared sodas either.
No, I never, unless I'm doing the show.
I forgot to say it. That's what would bug me before. Is like if I eat dessert, like with dinner, like I get a burger and a shake, and then like I feel like making a video, but I'm like, but I'm not ready for another sugar fucking hit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When my mouth still tastes like milkshake, I don't want to fucking bust open like a strawberry soda and start trying to review it. So it started like interfering. I was like, fuck that, man.
This lady always told me her family, like growing up, because they would always have like a nice dessert with each meal. It was kind of a fancy family. But they would also serve around on a plate like a piece of cheese after dessert to cleanse your palate to where you're like kind of done with that sweet in your mouth. Little
I'm
cute.
not really done with that sweet in my mouth. I just don't necessarily need more sugar than too.
Yeah. Same. So, what's up, Waxed? It's not a good errand for Angle. Angle for Angle.
I'm just on my couch, so fuck it.
I'm checking him for boogies, brother. But no, see, growing up, Sundrop was as regional to us here as Cheerwine was, and Sundrop wasn't other places. I think nowadays, and that's what I was going to look at. I had to look it up because I think people can actually pick up Sundrop. I say citrus flavored soft drink produced by now it's Keurig Dr. Pepper. That hurts my feelings. With a yellowish green color. Among soft drinks, it's known for its high caffeine. Sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's more than Mountain Dew. But the thing is, Sundrop actually has a little bit of juice in it. It actually has citrus juice in it. But I've
only had it like once or twice, believe it or
not. Orange juice is one of the main ingredients, which is the same for Mountain Dew, by the way, if you didn't know. Or like orange. Mountain Dew is really orange. They just color it up. Provide some of the soft drinks taste and appearance. Sundrop competes primarily against the Coca-Cola Company's Mellow Yellow and Pepsi-Cola's Mountain Dew. Country of... It came from Missouri? No shot.
Man, fuck Missouri.
I don't know what happened. Anyway, this is something that we used to... the pod people, man. They're buying up everything, Rob. But... growing up, these were here, and I would go out of state, and you would never see Sundrop. Unless you were in the deep, fucking dirty South. You never saw Sundrop. And I always liked it more than Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow, because it had a little fucking real deal juice in it.
You can taste the difference, right?
Yeah. And
it has like real citrus and not just like that weird like chemical shit that just sort of makes you...
Absolutely. And so Mountain Dew, let's put it this way. A 12-ounce Mountain Dew, I have all these calories and carbs and caffeine memorized for any soda and any beer, by the way, if anybody needs to know.
I don't doubt it.
Bud Light, 122 calories, 6.6 grams of carbs. Bud Regular, 10.6 grams of carbs, 144 calories. Mountain Dew. Especially Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew, 55 milligrams of caffeine per 12 ounce. Sundrop, it's usually 69 or 70.
Huh.
So it's a little more on that top end of the caffeine. I remember the two sodas were Pepsi Max before they rebranded to Pepsi Zero Sugar, and then they dropped the caffeine, which took me half a year to figure out. And I'm like, why am I wanting to fucking stab somebody? I'm like, oh, this has way less caffeine. But anyway, these were always the two that had the most caffeine. And for here, like you could always, like like a glass bottle of Sundrop reminds me of like the 80s going bass fishing with my dad, and we stop on the way back pulling the boat. We got to fill up the van full of gas, go in and get a fucking glass bottle of Sundrop. This is actual sugar, by the way, in the glass bottle, much like Cheerwine does. Mountain Dew does that. Pepsi Cola does that. Coca-Cola does that. If you get a glass bottle, it's going to be the pure cane sugar, not the high fructose corn syrup. They're a little loose with the language, which leads me to believe I don't know exactly what they're doing nowadays, because they don't say pure cane sugar, which is what they used to say. It just says sugar. So it could be misleading. They may be doing some things. I don't even have to carl it. I can go right this to the dome. It's been a long time, though.
It could just be beet sugar, man. That'd be fine, too.
Oh, wow.
I think that's legit sugar. It's not. People talk about cane sugar, but it doesn't have to be cane sugar.
No. That is so citrusy. I've been drinking vodka sodas all night with like fresh lime in it. Goes right along with that. Super toppy citrus. Like it really does. Like it's so fucking good, man. Do they still make knee high? Absolutely. Actually, I passed. One of the other options, Rob, is I don't. Out of all these Soda Speaks we've done, I know we've done Sundrop. I don't know that we've done the glass bottle, which is typically the real sugar. But they did have grape, orange, and the peach knee high in the glass bottles at the place I went to, which is a little just redneck bodega up the road. I know saying redneck and bodega in the same sentence is kind of a weird juxtaposition, but that's kind of pretty appropriate description of this establishment. And this is so fucking phenomenal. I might shit those fucking pants. I don't remember. I mean, I've had a lot of Sundrops in my day, but the citrus is way off the charts. In the glass bottle for some reason. And maybe what I've been drinking tonight, what I've been doing tonight, whatever, maybe things are like, it's changed my palate, but to me it tastes way more true, like somebody squirted some lime or lemon juice like in the top, like out of the little thingy guy.
Like that trucker dude.
God dog, boy. Whew. That is, it tastes like that. The little plastic lime or lemon juice bottle, that looks like the lime or the lemon.
Oh, that shit's disgusting, man.
If you've ever put your mouth on one of those,
that's since I was a kid,
and done a little squirtsy, that's what it tastes like off the top of this. Should I have housed this so quick with all this caffeine and all this alcohol?
Whatever, man. You're gonna sleep just fine.
It's debatable. Are you kidding me? No, I won't. Haven't slept in 4 years. What are you saying? You know why?
Why?
Because sleep's the cousin to death.
That makes sense. That's why I like to sleep a lot, though. I embrace it.
I wish I could do that like back in the day, dude. Because if I did a record night like this, right? And me and Steve stayed up till like 4 a.m. spinning records. It's like, okay, bet. I go to bed at 4. I get up at 12. It's a brand new day, baby. Boom. I'm good. Yeah. I can't do that anymore. Go to bed at 4. I get up at 9 and I'm shaking around like Michael J. Fox trying to make a goddamn omelet. Just, You should have just slept longer. Duh. But I don't. Like, my brain won't let me do that. It's crazy. Yeah. You like Mellow Yellow? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Mellow Yellow is good, but Sundrop is probably better. BK was saying he sees Sundrop around occasionally in Chicago.
Really?
And that's how Cheerwine was when I was living in California still. Is once in a while, like a
really?
place in a glass bottle, and it'd be like $4 a bottle. So when I came out here and there was like a 12-pack just sitting there in Harris Teeter, I was like, oh.
Dude, the boss man was from upstate New York. He came down here and he's like, I can't remember who hipped him to it. It was like, yeah, you got to try a fucking Cheerwine, but you got to try. And then he's like, oh, this is really good or whatever. He was a Mountain Dew kind of guy. And then somebody was like, yeah, but if you were to drink Cheerwine, man, you got to drink it out of that glass bottle. And he found one day and lost his shit over it. So he started going to this like distributor or something where he was picking up like cases of them out of the back door for like a special price. Like, no shit.
God damn.
Yeah. It was great. But yeah, like smelling this right off the rip, like it smells like one of those like lemon or lime little balls that you squirt in your drink. It's so crazy. But speaking
real lemon shit,
real lemon, yeah. Back to the fucking Mellow Yellow though. We actually did that on Soda Speak, or I did it several weeks ago, because I was the same situation where I'm like, I stopped at a fucking Sheetz and I'm like, let me grab something for Soda Speak tonight. And I walk in there. Sheetz used to have an abundance. They had their own brands of soda, which are really good to go to. They had a wide selection of Fagos, which are also, that's the fucking insane clown posse sodas. And there were a lot of weird flavors of those. And, you know, they even had some glass bottle, like Boylan. They carried Boylan sodas. They carried, I would have loved to pick up an IBC, which I don't really see much anymore. Are they out of business or something?
I think I saw them recently, but they don't use real sugar in their glass bottles.
Dude, the IBC in the root beer in the glass bottle, that was my fucking over crushed ice. Oh.
Yeah.
Woo. Suck off a hobo for some shit like that. But anyway, I went in there like looking for something crazy and I didn't find anything crazy, but I saw a Mellow Yellow and I'm like, wait, this has been out of production. And started doing a little research, and that's why I mentioned it on the Soda Speak. It's the soda it's the Phoenix of the fucking sodas. Multiple time Phoenix. Mellow Yellow has been canceled like fucking 3 times. Really? And came the fuck back for whatever reason. I know this time we can really make a run at Mountain Dew, and they never do. But when I had one, I was like, this is better than Mountain Dew. It was better than Mountain Dew. 100%.
Now I kind of want to try them side by side and see if I can even tell the difference. My first thought was I can't even tell the difference. Then I was like, I don't know, maybe I really can actually. I haven't actually tried. So
this is better than both of them by far. But yeah, I was like, oh, I like this way better than Mountain Dew. Maybe it was because of the sugar soda, and I don't drink sugar sodas unless I'm doing this program. But Reginald. But I do love a Diet Mountain Dew is kind of the go-to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually quaffing the Coke Zeros.
Sometimes
I'll go nuts and get a 12 a cherry Coke Zero.
Oh, those are great. Those are fantastic.
They really are.
Yeah, that last time you were down here, I think I told Jay the next day or something. I was like, I think MT fucking housed a 12er of these fucking Coke Zeros. Like, I mean, that's tippable. Like, hell, dude, how did you go to sleep?
Totally plausible. I don't know, man. I've always been able to sleep. Like, I might have trouble sleeping like once a year. Like the shit you're talking about. Yeah, you know something? So ever since I've gotten a little bit older, I found that I'm a lot more likely to have to wake up around like maybe 7 or 8 to like do what old men do in the bathroom in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like at first it would piss me off to be like, oh, fuck, I have to go back to sleep. But it actually has gotten back to the point where I kind of enjoy it. Because you know that whole process where like you put on like, you know, someone talking about some bullshit and you lie down and you just sort of enjoy the process of going back to sleep. I get to do that in extra time now because I have to get up and take a shit in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a little bonus. Now I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to do my thing. And I'm going to get to enjoy going to sleep again.
Dude, see, to the same point, sort of. Cameraman will like, he leaves his alarm on like for the same time as when he gets up to go to work during the week. So it's like 6:40 or whatever. And so his alarm goes off at 6:40 on Saturday morning, and he loves looking over and being like, "Oh man, but it's fucking Saturday," and cuts it off. I'm like, dude, if that happens to me, guess what? I'm up at 6:40. I'm in here making a fucking omelet with some pepperoni in it. Like I'm getting the fuck up. I'm getting up. I wish I could just go back to sleep.
Yeah, I can't abide the alarm because that's just such an awful sound. I can't take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
I couldn't do that.
But every other aspect of that, I'm pretty much down with.
That's funny.
If you're
Yeah.
doing it deliberately, that might take something away from it.
Yeah, and I think that's why I just can't. I would love to be able to do it. My brain or body or whatever won't let me do it. So I'm going to queue up a little chip chat action. Is that
All
how?
right.
Potato chips. How my
So calorious, excesso.
There's a lot of stuff on the chip, is what you're saying.
Those
are thick.
Pompous,
Look at that.
es delicioso.
Oh, stings it. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right. This is actually the Shasta sucks. Don't tell the cast of Roseanne that. The whole cast of Roseanne they were steady in that fucking Shasta till. The kid actually gave me these for Christmas, and I've been holding out on these, and I don't think I've even shown these to anybody. Like, oh, you guys don't want to show up for the show tonight? All right. Guess what? I'm doing these. Ooh. It's ripping off some big girl panties right there. It says chip, so I don't want to hear any fucking arguments about this not being a fucking chip. It's a fucking chip. Sesame chips, honey, pineapple, habanero. Dude.
That does sound like bullshit, man.
Come on.
I mean, they're probably good. All right, don't get me wrong. But it kind of sounds like a little bit of a put on, don't you think?
I don't know. I'm a big sesame stick guy, and I never see stuff that sounds like a cracker. You sound like a cracker, Scotty Stricknon. How about that shit? Oh, they're like nugget little things.
Like combos? Are those chips?
I mean, I would put combos in the chip category. Much like the pork rind is the hot cousin to the chip, a combo or a sesame cluster would be a hot cousin to a fucking chip. Sure.
Yeah, I actually really like those. I don't know if I'd call them chips, but I'll allow it for chip chat. Actually, but it's not up to me. It's whether Sweet Tea allows it for chip chat. That's the real question.
It's true. It's coming from the kid. She's going to allow it. Holy Lord, though. Over the top pineapple. Oh my God. I've never tasted anything more pineapple other than pineapple. There's the habanero. Oh boy. These are amazing. They're somewhere between like, let's get the fellas together and go have some hot wings, and taking your daughter out for a ice cream cone like afterwards. It's like right in the middle. And I'm not asking to take your daughter out for an ice cream cone. To be clear.
You're just saying you want a little lick?
I didn't even get a brand or flavor of this. Wow. These are absolutely amazing. It's like you're eating everlasting gobstoppers from Willy Wonka. Wouldn't that be the thing?
You know, I'm not a big hard candy guy.
I'm not either.
Do you know that candy is an Arabic word?
Racist. Is it really?
No, yeah, apparently we got it from the Arabic, yeah. And, like the original candy is just like a lump of sugar that you just like suck on. You know, so there's a part of me that, sort of in deference to our ancestors, kind of wants to appreciate that more. But, like Jolly Ranchers, I totally don't need that. I like puddings, custards, and ice cream and shit like that. Cake.
I like ice cream and like chocolate and shit like that. Sure, but like Skittles and fucking Now Relators and stuff like sugary, sweet, like it's fruit candy. I don't care for.
Yeah, that shit I like just fine too. It's a step below like a real dessert. You know what I mean? If it's a this is kind of even dumb to bring up, but if it's searching like a Napoleon and a fucking Skittle, it's no contest, right? But just like suck on like a lollipop, like a Dum Dum lollipop or like a Jolly Rancher or something. I usually can't be bothered.
Nah.
So I the gobstoppers are never really my thing, you know. I don't like my gob being stopped, is what it comes down to.
Quote of the night: Metal Theologian does not like his gob stopped. Sesame Street chips. Now we're talking, Wax. Here for the chips, vag poop. Let me tell you something. This is one of the best things I've ever eaten on this program ever. I'm not kidding.
Tip of the year? Is it too early?
No, the one that won this past year was like early, I believe. It's not a true straight up potato chip, which would defer me, but the flavor, absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Is there a phone number on there?
That's a great question.
If not, it's 2 strikes, man. No phone number, no potato.
I should have got my readers, but let's take a look.
Yeah, can you conference me in?
We've got a website.
Yeah.
So here's an old man trick. You can like use your phone and then zoom your phone in. It's like where's Waldo? Product of USA. Number 1, razor sharp. Vag poop with the Submarino. Did somebody gift it?
Where's the pickle?
Yodeling pickle. Thank you so much for that. But I want a number. Somebody give me a phone number. Somebody give me a fucking phone number. For crunchy cravings. Don't clip me saying that. Wow, dude. Wow. Somewhere Jay is cringing? You're right. I can't get over that, man. I've never seen these before. I gotta ask the kid where she got these. Hold it up again? Sure. I think it says crunchy cravings.
Yeah, it looks like they came from Whole Foods or something like that.
It's possible, yeah. It's a possibility. It's pretty great, though. You're not a real mod? What are you talking about, Miss You? You're the mod of all mods. Oh, here we go. I mean, Aaron Griffin beat you with the phone number, but sure. Sure. If you like to... Everybody loves second place. 877 529 00 7.
Thank you for calling Nutty Naturals. You have reached us after hours. If you know your party's extension, please enter it at any time. For customer service, press 1. For shipping and receiving, press 2. For accounting, press 3. For sales, press 4. For quality control, press 5. For human resources, press 6. For purchasing, press 7. Or call back during our regular business hours, Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and
Quality control.
desk of Abe Braun. I'm either away from the desk or on a different line. Please leave me a message, and I'll try to call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Please leave your message after the tone. For further options after recording, press the pound key. To connect to the operator, press 0.
Yes, I have a sincere human resources complaint about the Crunchy Cravings sesame chips, the honey roasted pineapple habanero flavor. I feel as if these chips have taken advantage of my taste buds because I just feel absolutely ravished after trying these for the first time. Let me just tell you something. This is one of the best little snacky doos I've ever put in my mouth as long as I've lived. And I don't know what you guys are doing over there, but God bless you. And 2024 is early, but you got a bright future ahead of you. And just keep pushing forward, man. If this is what you guys are doing, let me tell you something, brother. Got a good 2024 headed your way.
I would have loved a voicemail like that when I was working, like, you know, the kind
Sure.
of position in a voicemail like that.
Somebody's going to come in first thing Monday morning. You're either going to be a fucking hand job about it, or you're going to be like, oh, that's funny. Either way.
The last time I had a job like that, actually, I sweet talked the network administrator into setting up. Somebody called me, and my phone said bat phone on it. So you would call the bat phone if you were calling my extension.
When I played in the band, there was this girl that was way too interested in me. Way too much. But I get a little lippy late at night. And anyway, so she got a hold of my phone number somehow. And but I programmed her in my phone as stop. And so it would say stop calling when she called me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so in my phone display would say stop calling. Yeah. Anyway. She, well, that's neither here nor there. I don't know what we're doing. I shouldn't be hitting that vape.
I'm a bad influence, man.
You're a bad influence. Is that like 50-50, like regular, like fucking, like Salt Nick shit?
Yeah, this is just like fucking regular Salt Nick shit.
It's like, phew. I'm pretty much a Zen guy 100% now, but I get a little messed up in the evening. I like having something. You're the same way I am. You like having something tactile in your hand you can fucking fuck around with and
get the oil thing going too. Totally.
Make a point with it if you need to.
I would get the lowest nicotine I can because, like, I already hit the thing enough. I'm not looking to get more than the nicotine. You know?
Yeah. But anyway, how deep are we? 251. Oh, we got to back it off. I'm going to back over to Twitch and we'll play a couple of record albums. I'll put that Deaden on, like Lickety Split, because I hadn't heard that one at all yet. The other ones I barely heard, just through the fucking phones a little bit. But yeah, dude, thanks for coming on, man. This it's been a fucking blast.
I didn't expect to be up here so long, but it's been fun.
Yeah, that's great, man. 100%. Don't forget, number 1, razor sharp.
Oof. You know, you said don't forget. I was all ready for you to fucking say this comment here. This is from Miss You. I was all ready for you to say, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider.
Love your spider. Oh, and hit the fucking like button. Trigger that algorithm. You fucking idiots. What are you doing? Hit the fucking like button. What do I ask? Too much of you? Hit the fucking like button. Jesus Christ. Tickle that algorithm. I am algorithm. All right, man. Later, dude.
All right. Thanks, man.
Come back over to the Twitch. We're gonna play a record. Records.